And welcome now to Dyersburg, Tennessee. So excited to be here for Poplar Bluff Mules basketball. I'm Frankie Castile, alongside the one, the only, the voice, the legend. Anything else I can say, John Scott, about you, my friend?
Frankie, I think you're the voice, and I may be, the smell of the mules? I don't know.
The smell of the mules, but, wow.
Yes.
I tell you what. This is, I'll tell you what, I am so excited to be here tonight because we've got ourselves, for the first time ever broadcasting, streaming on video. It's our first ever Mules doubleheader. It is the first Mules doubleheader in about 3 or 4 seasons. I know about 4 seasons ago, maybe 3 seasons ago, we did a doubleheader back in Poplar Bluff. But tonight, we are on the road with our Lady Mules and the boys program. I am so pumped up for Mules basketball tonight.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be great, Frankie. Nice to see the Lady Mules play tonight. Have an opportunity to stream that game so the folks back home in Poplar Bluff can get to watch their family member, friends, classmates play ball tonight. Lady Mules are playing well. They're coming around this season.
They've won 3 in a row.
Yes, they're playing well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Had to scan the roster a little bit, kind of familiarize myself just a little bit. I'm not quite the professional that you are, so had to do that on the drive down here. At least I had a few hours.
Were you looking at the rosters? I got to kick you off for 1 second. I got Coach John David Patillo going to come up here for just a moment for the first time here this season. We're going to get Coach Patillo to come on the air. You know him from football season. He is our head basketball coach. He does a great job with our Lady Mules. Going to welcome in now Coach John David Patillo. And, Coach, I was just saying, your team, they are starting to find their rhythm. 3 wins in a row, 4 of their last 5. And now you make the trip all the way down to Dyersburg. Let's talk about this team and how pumped up they look as we get ready for tip-off in about 15 minutes.
Well, coming off last night, we knew we'd have a turnaround and, come down and play Dyersburg and play the early game tonight. We're excited about this. We've seen Dyersburg the last 2 years when we come over and play in that tournament at Gibson County, Tennessee. So we got an idea who they are and what they do. And so it should be a good game. I'm hopeful.
I want to get to your team in just a moment, but one player, Joya Crawford of the Lady Trojans, jumps out to me, Coach, about 23 points a ball game, 16 points away from career 1,000. Most importantly, how do you stop her, Coach?
The big thing is we just got to make it as tough on her as we can, and we really need to shut the rest of them down. And that's last night we had a game where one of their girls scored a lot, but we didn't let everybody else score like they do. So hopefully we can, do a good enough job on her that we make it tough on her. But like I said, we've got to make sure that the rest of them don't get theirs.
Another one is Shelby Jordan, a 5'8 freshman, coming in averaging just under 10 points. So obviously that's going to be their 1-2 combo. On your side, I like about your team, Coach, they're very physical, very fast. You've got Madeline Eads, who can shoot from anywhere on the floor. But I like Clara Rahman. She does a great job getting the assist and making sure that her teammates are at the right place at the right time. Nevaeh Larkins playing very well. Adrian Casey, a big threat inside. This team has got everything it needs to continue to be successful down the stretch.
We do, and we have a lot more girls scoring right now. The other night we played, and all of our perimeters made a 3 in the game except for Clara. She didn't shoot great Monday night, but then last night she had, 14 points, I think, and played really well. And she played well the other night, just shots didn't go in. But when all of a sudden more of us are putting the ball in the hole. I think we had 4, maybe even 5 girls that scored in double figures last night. And one of our scorers that didn't score much, she was in foul trouble.
Right.
And so she's capable. So we've really started spreading our scoring out. We're not relying, on Madeline so much. And the other girls are getting more involved. We're playing better as a team.
Last year, you guys took on Dyersburg. They beat us by 1. Obviously, for the returning players who played in this game last year, they've got retribution on the mind. Was that talked about at all after last night's win against Sykeston?
Well, the big thing is we kind of know who they are, and we got beat on a charge call, a block charge call. Adrian took one with 4 seconds left in the game, and they called it a block, and it was a really bad call. I'll give you this quick story.
Sure.
We lose the game on a free throw. The girl, the best player here, she made a free throw at the end, and we got beat by 1. I've never had this happen before, but the official, who's from here, he's a lawyer here in Dyersburg, he actually talked to me the next night. He felt really bad. Well, about a month later, I get a check in the mail, and I get a letter from this guy. He said, Coach, he said, he said, I know it was kind of a 50-50 call, and I hated it. They got you beat, but I want to buy your girls dinner. And he bought us a bunch of pizzas, and I ended up getting him on the phone. We ended up, what do you call the phone call? The visual phone call.
Oh, you got the Zoom thing going on.
We Zoom called him and let our girls thank him.
That's awesome.
And we had a great talk, and it was just it's one of those neat things that happen in basketball that you just don't see every day. And that official that would admit, first of all, that he was wrong, and secondly, we didn't throw a big fit about it. I mean, it is what it is. You move on, and I think he respected how our girls handled it.
Absolutely. And on a side note, I appreciate you and Coach Lack and everybody else involved at letting us come over here and stream your all's game too. It's so exciting to give back to our Lady Mules program. And I believe, Coach, that we're starting to see this team come together in the right time. How cool would it be to get a win here on their floor, retribution, but also winning 4 in a row, possibly?
Yeah, it's like I said, we are getting better. We know we're getting better. The girls can see it. We as coaches, we can see it. And it'd be nice to come over and get a win, get a road win. We play a tough opponent today. We turn around and play next Saturday over in Benton, Illinois. So we've got 2 tough road games that, and it's just going to make us better no matter what. And getting a win out here would be great.
I know we've got about 10.5 minutes until tip-off. So to beat Dyersburg and to make this winning streak continue in your mind, what's it going to come down to tonight, Coach?
I think the biggest thing is not giving them second shots, keeping the good one out of the paint the best we can, and, offensive execution on the other end.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for the time. Best of luck. And, hey, after the game is over, let's bring up a couple players. What do you think? Get them on camera.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, we appreciate your time. Go get them.
Thank you.
Coach John David Patillo joining us live here on the pregame. First time having him in for basketball. So exciting as we get ready to bring you Mules basketball here live in Dyersburg. It is our Lady Mules. They are up first, and then we're going to have the varsity boys to follow. I was going to bring John Scott on right now, but he's down there. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's on the phone. He's eating a hot dog. You want to come over and join us, John, or come back at halftime? Your call, buddy. All right, we're going to go to a quick timeout. We'll come right back as we get ready for the opening tip-off and the starting lineups in just a few moments. You're listening and watching Mules Basketball live on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are back here live in Dyersburg, Tennessee, the home of John Scott. No, I'm just kidding around. Not the home. By the way, on a side note, don't get mad for asking. How's your dad doing?
Well, Frankie, he's doing okay. He cracked a rib or two.
I heard that.
And he's laid up a little bit right now, but he's getting all right. He's tough. He's Ozark County, Missouri tough. So a couple ribs won't slow him down.
Here's what I'm thinking. Before this season ends, if we're able to do this, how cool would it be to get your dad on the air with us and us all do a game together? I'm not sure if Bluff is ready for it, but how much fun would that be?
Well, you'll probably need to get one of those delayed dump buttons out here.
No, I don't have all that now. That's too high tech.
He's not nearly as positive about referees as I am, Frankie.
Wait a minute. Are you positive?
I mean,
that might be breaking news, folks. I tell you.
That's fake news, right?
Fake news for sure. So coming up here tonight, we're going to have a great time. We're going to be talking with our Lady Mules here coming up. I think you're knocking that. Hold up. There you go. You're mocking my scoreboard
I got
camera.
You. Right on.
But, no, I was going to say that we got 6 minutes here until we tip off. And I tell you, man, I'm so excited that I'm getting a text right now, by the way, from – hey, we got some pictures coming in. We'll get this on social media. Our Lady Mules cheerleaders right now in front of Dallas Cowboy Stadium.
Right on.
I bet Ken Keith's in heaven right now with that Cowboy Stadium in the background.
He's going to sleep down there on the Star, isn't he?
He's going to sleep. Yeah, he's definitely going to do that. And we're going to get those pictures posted on social media here very, very soon. And so we'll get to that. But our cheerleaders are doing a phenomenal job down there in Dallas, Texas. The only thing is I kind of wish we could have went down there to do some live broadcasting. How cool would that have been? I could have brought Ken Keith his favorite jersey from the Philadelphia Eagles, by the way.
Yeah. You know, Frankie, it's really I'm not a Cowboys guy, not a Jerry Jones guy, but we went to the Cotton Bowl a few years ago when Missouri played Oklahoma State, and that stadium, which I guess is now whatever it is, with AT&T for a while, Jerry World, whatever it is really actually really cool. And that guy did a lot, and the design and engineering that went into that building was really futuristic and a lot of foresight he had of how the NFL was going to be with TV and the way they set up the media and the way they did the chairs and the seating and all that. And it's pretty cool, you know, the way he did that.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I got to give props here. You can't see it right now on social media, but you will very soon. Not only are we doing the play-by-plays, etc. I mean, I'm not sure what John's doing, but that's a different story. But we're doing this on the fly. Tim is currently trying to get our GoPro camera up and ready to go for interviews, stuff like that. That's pretty cool. We do all this on the fly. How many screens do you see up here right now, John, that we've got going on between the two of us?
I would have to take my shoes off to count that high, Frankie.
I've got 4 screens right here in front of me.
3, 4, 5, 6. I can see 6, 7. I think there's 7 screens.
7 screens between two guys.
Not counting phones.
Well, yeah, not counting the phones.
Not counting the phones. It does. It looks like, well, I would imagine there's more technology right here than probably the first space shuttle.
Well, I was going to say, to be honest with you, Tim has the hardest job up here of all, because by the time this game is all said and done tonight, I'll be broke down in 10 minutes. I told Tim to get 15, and I'm gone.
Well, it takes me about 4 seconds to
Boy, you're not kidding.
Out of here.
Well, I got news for you tonight because there's no elevator here. You're going to be helping us take stuff down.
There
tonight.
We go. Yeah, I'll just toss it over the side.
That's why I brought you in here.
No big deal.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go to a quick timeout, our last timeout of the pregame. And coming up next, we've got ourselves a great ball game. The Mules have won 4 of their last 5 at 3 in a row, trying to make it win make that 5 out of 6. We'll see what happens coming up. We are 3 minutes until tip-off. We will take our final 90-second timeout, and we'll come right back as we come back here live in Dyersburg, Tennessee. You're watching and listening to Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. Once again, welcome back to Dyersburg, Tennessee. I'm Frankie Castile alongside Tim Hicks on the camera. I'm Frankie Castile. We are going to have ourselves a great time coming up here tonight. John Scott, Tim Hicks, myself, we're going to do this the next 3 hours or so live for you. Coming up, we're going to have our national anthem. We're going to go down courtside in just a moment. Met a really nice guy here. He is the PA address announcer for the Trojans and the Lady Trojans, Philip Jones. I was told he is the best PA guy in Western Tennessee. That's what I was told.
Yeah, I'm sure that he is, Frankie. I mean, we are out here in the exotic faraway lands of Dyersburg, Tennessee, the east coast of the Big Muddy. Not a bad deal, not a bad place to be.
The west coast of the Big Muddy?
Well, let me see. We're east. We're east of the Big Muddy, right?
All right,
East Coast, baby.
we're going to go down courtside for the playing of our national anthem and then come back with our starting lineups. The national anthem as we get set to bring you the opening lineups and then tip-off coming up tonight live here in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Glad to have you alongside. Make sure and hit that share button for us on Facebook. We're going to go down momentarily back to Philip Jones, the starting, or I should say the PA address announcer for the Dyersburg Trojans and the Lady Trojans. The lights are about to dim as we see Madeline Eads going to be the first to be introduced. Here comes our second senior, Adrian Casey. All 5 seniors tonight will get the start for Poplar Bluff. Nevaeh Larkins, man, she has really become a very good player this season. Also, Clara Rallman, who wears number 13. And then we've got number 21, Michaela Little, who is going to come in for the Lady Mules. Don't get scared, John. The lights may dim.
I'm going to turn on my flashlight, Frankie.
Or it may be. Here we go. Look at this, man. Look at all this crazy stuff.
Very cool.
Let's go down courtside.
Welcome to the Dyersburg Lady Trojans.
I'm telling you, we got to figure out a way to turn the lights off in Poplar Bluff.
I think so, Frankie. Only we need fire. They got kind of a disco ball thing going over here. I like it.
Freshman number 11, Shelby Jordan.
The main thing I like, Frankie, something I haven't seen. I always judge schools and athletic departments by the concessions, and they have some caramel corn, some popcorn they've made right here and put caramel on it, and they've got it right by the door. So as soon as you walk in, you smell it, and it's going to haunt me until I get some. So before the night's over, there may be caramel all over your screen.
It very well could be. So the starting 5 for the Lady Trojans are Shelby Jordan, also Dakea Holder. You've got Ari Quinn and Joya Crawford. And boy, by the way, Joya Crawford coming in the ball game. For those of you that are tuning in, whether you're rooting for Bluff or whether you're rooting for Dyersburg, she is 16 points away from career 1,000. Oh, by the way, John, only a sophomore. That's incredible.
That is incredible. I give you, oh yeah, I thought, well, okay, 1,000. That's quite an accomplishment. And then you say a sophomore. Okay.
Yeah, she's only a sophomore, and I was told that if she gets 16 points tonight, they will stop the game, as they should, and honor her. That's a big achievement, especially being just a sophomore.
Well, we'll hold her to 1 point tonight, Frankie. What do you think?
Well, I tell you what, that's a bold prediction. And Kathleen Harrell, by the way, is going to be part of that starting 5. So here we go as we get ready for the opening tip-off. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. I'm not sure who actually had control of the basketball. Nope, they're going to say it's going to belong to the Trojans. So the Lady Mules will get possession the next time around. Trojans are going to inbound the ball to Kathleen Harrell. Long basket. This one is no good. And going to be rebounded on the other end by Holder. And just like that, a quick bucket by the Dyersburg Lady Trojans. Well, I'll tell you what, on the move there as Shelby Jordan got the basket the last time. Now we're going to get a whistle and against Poplar Bluff. So Lady Mules, a quick turnover there. And it's going to belong right back to the Lady Trojans here, John.
Yeah, they got a 10-second call, and it's odd because there wasn't much pressure. I think we're kind of caught sleeping a little bit there.
Adrian Casey turns it over. Quick jumper on the other end. Good job by Casey to get it right back. Holder misses that shot. Adrian Casey now. Lady Mules are wearing their maroon jerseys with the white trim, white numbering. They are going from right to left on your screen. And another quick turnover there, a steal. And here comes the Lady Trojans again. A shot is up. It's no good. Quinn, who could not hang on to it. And there's another shot and a miss. So now on the other end, Holder again, or make that Jordan rather, big bucket, 4-0 now.
Nice shot.
So Lady Mules, a few turnovers here in the early going. There's a whistle and a foul with 6:44 to play here in the opening quarter. It is going to be on Joya Crawford, her first, team foul number 1. 6:44 to go here in the first quarter as Little going to inbound the ball now to Clara Rahman. 1 team foul by Dyersburg. Lady Mules with none thus far. Rahman now top of the key finds Little on the perimeter there. Little long pass going to be knocked away out of bounds. Good defense by Crawford. Have I told you she's only a sophomore, by the way. 16 points away from 1,000.
That's pretty remarkable, Frankie. I will admit that.
You know who's tuning in right now for Lady Mules basketball? I bet you she is jumping up and down for joy back in Poplar Bluff. Miss Kathleen Patello.
Oh, yeah. A star fan for sure.
They always say behind a great man's a great woman.
Yeah, and it could not be truer in that situation, right, Frankie?
Absolutely. The Little now throws it inside, and it's going to be taken away. There's another steal. This one's going to go out of bounds, and we're going to see, I believe it's going to go right back to,
foul number 4.
Nope, they're going to say it's going to be a foul, so the Crawford will get the steal. And then a foul coming up on the Mules.
You know, Frankie, I'd like to see Jim Davis over there coaching.
Absolutely. Natalia Dixon going to check in. We get a 30-second timeout here for the Lady Mules, and we'll stay right here. So early on, Lady Mules down by 4 points. 6:09 to go here in the opening quarter. A little bit sloppy early on, but I'm assuming as this game wears on, we're going to see Coach Patillo's team get in rhythm. They did play last night, and they'll get the game going, I believe, firmly.
Yeah, their passes are a little bit lazy, a little bit long. This team, Dyersburg, is quick, and defensively they're up in the passing lanes. So our Lady Mules are going to have nice, crisp passes and maybe not quite as long as they've been passing. But so far, 4 points, no big deal. We kind of like to let the other team get a couple buckets just to make it interesting.
Hey, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. So now the Lady Trojans once again going to inbound the ball as Ari Quinn works down low. Another job. Crawford again. Crawford goes up and scores. And
man, she's got a nice shot.
That's hard to contain. She is 14 points away now from career 1,000. And that'll be something we talk about literally all night long. It's Casey now. Top of the key, works it to Madeline Eads, over to Little in the corner there. Back to Rahman, top of the key. I was just at the Lady Mules game last night. I did the PA announcing for the Lady Mules as they took on a very good team out of Sykeston. Lady Mules, it took some time, but they were able to come away with a big win last night, winning 3 games in a row.
Well, they've gotten a lot better as the season's gone on.
Oh, absolutely. Nevaeh Larkins, Madeline Eads, and she'll take a jumper, and this one is no good. It's going to go out of bounds. The last touch by the Lady Mules. It's going to stay with the Lady Trojans.
Good hustle by Claire Rallman right there. Almost got that steal off the rebound.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark, 5:04 to go. And this one is no good, rebounded by Little. And we're going to get another steal there, and this one is no good by Jordan. Boy, the Mules right now have turned the ball over, and there's another turnover by the Lady Mules. So already here in the early going, Dyersburg, no turnovers. Poplar Bluff with 6 early turnovers, and we are just getting toward that midway point here in the first.
Well, we want to get all those turnovers out of the way, get those out of your system early, tighten it down as the game goes on.
So now we're seeing Dixon. She'll go near the free throw line. It's going to be off the fingertips of Holder, and it'll belong right back to the Lady Mules now with 4:28 to go in the opening quarter. Adrian Casey for Poplar Bluff. All 5 seniors on the floor for Poplar Bluff. Madeline Eads gets the inbound. Clara Rallman, she'll cross the timeline. Gets it to Michaela Little. Good pass inside, but oh, what a good job by Adrian Casey. Couldn't get the first shot to go. But Michaela Little is there for the follow through, and the Lady Mules now get on the board. It's now 6-2. That was good ball movement by the Mules. A little bit of luck that time. 3-point basket in the corner is no good. Little is not going to be able to come up with the rebound. So we're going to see Little taking a seat for the Lady Mules. In for her is Kennedy's Gainer. She comes in. Where's number 14? On the inbound, it is Natalia Dixon. Dixon's shot is no good. Nevaeh Larkins with the rebound, and we're going to get a whistle here, and it's going to go out of bounds. And last touch by the Lady Mules. Kathleen Harrell is back in for the Lady Trojans, also Crawford as well. Dyersburg with a quick 6-point lead, 4-point lead. That one rims in and out, no good. Crawford from way downtown. And another steal, another turnover. And Holder's shot is no good. And we're going to get a whistle here as Jordan could not get that shot to go down. Jump ball is going to belong to the Lady Mules.
We're doing a decent job on the glass, getting some rebounds. Just got to stop turning it over.
And there's another turnover there as Holder goes up, and she will score 2. It's now 8-2.
Oh, another one.
Another one right off the inbound. So Crawford on the steal, and Crawford has 2 more points, and that's a 10-2 run to begin the ball game. You got to tip your cap here to Dyersburg on that 2-2-1 press. Lady Mules are unable to beat that press here in the early going. So now Clara Rallman works it outside to Madeline Eads. A 3-point basket, top of the key, in and out, no good. It looked good from here, just wouldn't go down. Dixon on the rebound. 3-point basket again, and no good. We're going to get a whistle here and a foul coming up as Crawford, she's trying to get all 16 points right here in the first.
Yeah.
Foul number 4, Adrian Casey, second foul.
Second personal foul by Casey, team foul number 2 now.
Lady Mules, number 21, Michaela Little.
So Little back in the ball game.
Trojans, number 23, Ari Quinn.
Ari Quinn's going to come in as well for Natalia Dixon. 2:41 to go here in the first quarter. Lady Mules down at 10-2. Make that Crawford inside the lane. At first shot is no good. She does get her own missed shot, goes back up and scores again. It is now 12-2. Dyersburg again, another big turnover there again by Poplar Bluff. Shot is no good. We get a whistle here and a foul.
Foul number 21, Michaela Little, first foul, team foul. Number 3, shooting 2 from line, number 24, Joya Crawford.
So Crawford will go to the line. First one is up, and it is good.
Lady Trojans, number 11, Shelby Jordan. Number 55, Jasmine Jordan.
So Jasmine Jordan now in the ball game for the Lady Trojans. Second free throw coming up here by Crawford is up, and it is good. She makes them both. Already 8 points here in the ball game. It is now 14-2 Lady Mules, or trail here in this ball game. Boy, Lady Mules nearly another turnover. And there you go on the other end. Adrian Casey goes up and over Jasmine Jordan. It's now 14-4. On the other end, shot is up and no good by Dixon. Good rebound by the Lady Mules. Poplar Bluff, they have had some issues here in this ball game thus far. Adrian Casey steps inside the paint a little bit too strong. Little shot is no good as well. And Dixon on the other end, counted and the basket, 16-4.
Not a problem, Frankie.
I was going to refrain for no personal conversations here while we're trying to do business.
Not a problem,
no
Frankie.
phone calls.
I was just calling my bookie and changing my see if I can change my bet real quick. Yeah, we're going to have to get some points. About to slip away a little bit, but I think we're settling down a little bit, getting a couple of decent looks offensively.
At the free throw line is Dixon. Boy, one thing about this team out of Dyersburg, they sub in very quickly. Shot is up and no good. It's going to go out of bounds. And last touch by number 24, Crawford. It's going to stay with the Lady Mules here. It's been turnover central right now, and Lady Mules, there's a good break of that press. Zagainer gets it to Adrian Casey. Her shot a little unorthodox, but it does go in. And it's now 16-6.
Yeah, that's nice.
Can't count out the Lady Mules by a long shot.
Just chip away, chip away.
Shelby Jordan works it outside at Dixon now. Also in the ball game here for the first time is Liz Lemons. Wears number 30 for the Trojans. Long three-point basket. This one is off the front end. No good. Good rebound. That time by Zagainer.
Well, Zagainer hustles on the court.
Madeline Eads for three. It's in and out. No good. Boy, if that was to go in, that would have been a huge momentum boost. It's going to go out of bounds. A rare turnover there by the Lady Trojans.
Number 23, Ari Quinn.
So Ari Quinn coming back now.
Kennedy Zagainer has really kind of got the team going a little bit. She plays really hard, very competitive athlete, and that's what builds these other players.
It is. Lady Mules having a little bit of issues now. Here in the back is off the mark by Eads. It's good. And a rebound here, and we go to the end of the quarter. It has been ball game has been all Dyersburg. We're going to go to a quick timeout. We'll come right back here as the Lady Mules find themselves down by 10 points. It is 16-6. You're listening and watching Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are having some issues with our video, and Tim is working on that right now, so just bear with us. We're not in Poplar Bluff. We're not in Kansas anymore.
Well, the East Coast business over here, Frank.
So now the Trojans inbound the ball. They're going from left to right. And back in the ball game is Shelby Jordan. Jordan Holder now tries to break toward the basket. Three-point basket is up and good by Ari Quinn. Man, this team can flat out shoot the jumper. 19-6 is the score right now. Lady Mules, another turnover. And Lady Mules right now find themselves down as Holder goes up, or make that Dixon rather. It is now a 21-6 lead here by the Lady Trojans.
No problem, Frankie. It's early.
When does it become a problem?
Well, what was that? You always say the first team to whatever.
I usually say first team to 50, but I may be backtracking just a little bit there. So Ari Quinn, she has done a great job here in the early going. She's got 3 points already.
We just need to, get a few buckets here, get a little closer, chip it away, get close at halftime.
We had some issues with the video. Hopefully that's the last bit for the night. Maybe not. Good job by Madeline Eads right inside the paint there. 21-8 the score. Poplar Bluff doing everything they can to battle back and get in this game.
Yes, absolutely. I like Madeline Eads' effort. She's not afraid to shoot the ball, has a nice release. Nice ball. She gets hot, she can hang some points. 2-point
basket is no good. Good rebound there by Eads after Crawford could not knock down the shot. 21-8. Lady Mules here in this first half of 4 out of 11 so far, 36%. And I was just going to say, as Melittle loses it going out of bounds, I was just going to say, as Anna Hayes is going to come in the ball game now for Madeline Eads. I was going to say, for the Lady Mules, they've taken 11 shots so far in the first half. The problem is Lady Mules also with 11 turnovers here in the ball game so far. Long 2-point basket is no good. 3-point basket this time. It is up and good by Dixon. So Dixon with the big three. 24-8 now the score. I would say this team is much improved from a season ago. Lady Mules only lost by 1 point last time around. Not the case in this game thus far. 3-point basket is no good. Another offensive rebound after Jordan misses a three-pointer.
Well, it's hard to come off a game last night, a tough game against a physical team, Sykeston. Get the win. We look a little bit tired maybe. Legs aren't quite there tonight yet.
Still a lot of ball game to go. Another block, though. That doesn't help the Mules' case as Casey got her shot blocked. 24-8 the score. 3-point basket by Quinn is up and no good. Good rebound by Adrian Casey. Lady Mules down 24-8. And there's another steal by Jordan as Anna Hayes will turn it over. Luckily for the Mules, they're unable to knock the shot down, but they're going to say last touch by Hayes. So Angela Hale coming in the ball game, as well as Kathleen Harrell. And we're going to get a whistle here and a timeout, a 30-second timeout coming up now. And we will take that 30-second timeout with them and stay here, though. And so far here in this ball game, Lady Mules right now, they are shooting 4 out of 13, just 31% so far, 13 turnovers, and they've out-rebounded the Trojans, by the way. They have out-rebounded Dyersburg 14-4. Or I'm sorry, 14-9. The problem is Lady Mules, or Lady Trojans rather, have 4 offensive rebounds. Mules have 2.
Yeah, kid Frankie. We're doing a good job on the glass, and there are some aspects of the game. We just got to calm down a little bit offensively, hang on to the ball, and get some points. There's plenty of time, plenty of ball game left.
Plenty of ball game, as he says.
I kind of prefer the Trojanettes as opposed to is it Lady Trojans?
Lady Trojans.
Lady Trojans, okay.
Yeah, it says Lady Trojans on the screen.
Oh, yeah, well, I can't read very well, so.
I know we had some issues with our video jumping around earlier. We apologize for that. The glitch was because John's having a hot dog, and it just didn't go well for him.
It's going to be caramel corn, Frankie. It's going to change the world.
It's going to change the world, he says.
I'm going to be coming down here on random games just to get the caramel corn.
Tell you what, Crawford is only 7 points away from career 1,000, by the way. She's got 9. Make that 10. And I'm telling you, she might very well get it here in the first half. 26-8 the score. Lady Mules once again trying to break that press. They do that time. Casey now gets it over to Rahman. Oh, well, I thought she was going to pass it to Anna Hayes. She'll back away from it now. Now she'll get it to Anna Hayes. Where's number 2 for the Lady Mules? Good job by Little going inside. Casey's shot is up and good, and she's got 6 points here in the ball game. 26-10. Ron Withrow says Dorothy is worried. He's eating a big Snickers bar right now, and if I know Ron like I think I do, he's maybe got that Cubs hat going on too. Shot is up and no good by Jordan. Rebounded by Little. Oh, we're going to be a steal there by Dixon. Dixon inside the paint. It's no good. Good rebound by Rahman. I know that Bushwood's in Poplar Bluff streaming the game here tonight. There's another whistle and a turnover coming in for the Lady Mules.
Number 12, Nevaeh Larkin.
So Nevaeh Larkin back in the ball game for Anna Hayes. Our starting 5 currently right now on the floor for Poplar Bluff, down 26-10.
Not a problem, Frankie. That's a 6-possession game, I think, if my math is correct. I'm not the strongest in math, but I believe that's right. We just got to get something going, get a little bit of confidence going.
Lady Mules having all kinds of trouble, but Rahman, she is such a gifted athlete, able to break that press. Madeline Need's shot is no good. Right place, right time is Casey, and this time Casey is going to get the foul called.
Casey's having a good game tonight, working through it, getting some points, getting some boards.
It's the second team foul, by the way, for the Dyersburg Lady Trojans. Casey misses the first shot.
Once we get across half court and settle in a little bit, we can play half court with this team. They're running the 2-3 zone most of the time, not trapping real hard on the half court defense. And so we can move it around and get some buckets and kind of figure out our way and chip away at this lead and make it manageable getting into halftime.
Casey makes the second one at 26-11 now. Mules down by just 15 points. 3-point basket by Harrell is up. It's no good. Oh, could have been a little bit of contact there by Howard. And the Mules are able to come away with the rebound. So now Madeline Needs back out to Kennedy Zagainer, who checks in. Tim, I think your video is skipping again, boss man. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Howard. It'll be her first, team foul number 3.
Must be crossing that international time zone or something between here. Back on the other side.
I don't. That's why I stay in my lane and do this.
Your voice isn't skipping at all, Frankie.
The voice might be skipping before it's all said and done. Lady Mules, Clara Rahman from downtown.
Nice.
Money. That's a big shot by Clara Rahman. That's a big three-pointer. I know her dad back in Poplar Bluff, Derek Rahman, pretty happy about that shot.
I would say so, Frank.
Sarah Lacey tuning in. Go Anna Hayes. She was at the game last night. Did you know that Gavin Hayes got a jump ball? It's going to go to Poplar Bluff. I was going to say, did you know that Gavin Hayes is going to a college in Arkansas, D1 for football? I was told that this kid has put on a lot of muscle so far during the winter months.
Hard-working kid, great athlete, but you know, the best athlete in the world has to put in more time than everyone else, and he does that. He really is a dedicated athlete, and it shows.
26-14 the score. Lady Mules are doing what you said a moment ago. They're chipping away. And that's what you got to do against a team like this. Eads gets it over to Zagainer, and now Adrian Casey inside the paint. Jump shot is no good. Nevaeh Larkin's offensive rebound is no good. Should be last touch by Dixon. It is.
And we're showing some ability on the offensive end. Once we get the ball down the court, we're okay. We can play with this team.
Lisa Pfister is tuning in as she says, go Adrian. Adrian's having a phenomenal first half, 7 points so far. Zagainer inside the paint. Long jumper, it's no good. On the other end, offensive foul by Jordan.
I like that call.
And that'll be her first personal, team foul number 4. So really nobody just yet as we are sitting at 1:20 here left to go in the first half. We're going to get a timeout called by, I think, the Lady Mules. It is the Lady Mules. We'll step away for 30 seconds. You're watching live Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology, as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
Larry Hillis is a proud sponsor of Mule Sports. Local sports, local fans, and local business. A winning combination.
And we are back here live in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Make sure and hit that share button for us on social media. During that last timeout, John Scott said it very clearly as we see the steal by Jordan, and it's going to be a quick 2 points going the other way now. 28-14, it's back to a 2-touchdown lead. There's another turnover as Crawford is able to take it away from Zagainer.
They dialed up that press a little bit. The Dyersburg coach said, hey, ladies, let's crank this up, and they have, and here we have 2 turnovers in a row.
Yeah, they are definitely cranking it up. 3-point basket. So Quinn, as she hits a 3, and that's a quick 5-point turnaround. 31-14. Now it's a 17-point game. Under 35 seconds now. Mules breaking the pressure again. Good job by Nevaeh Larkins, her first bucket of the game. Good setup that time by Zagainer. Crawford goes inside the paint, no good. Eads on the rebound. 31-16, a 15-point game right now. Lady Mules trying to cut it down to maybe 13, maybe 12. Oh, there's a turnover there by the Lady Mules as Jordan Quinn from downtown. It's money.
The long pass doesn't work against this team.
Nope, saw that one as it was on the release. So 34-16 is the score. It is right at 6:30. And the Lady Mules find themselves down by a score of 34-16. We'll step away for just a moment. Matter of fact, let's take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come right back and we'll break down the first half for you. Lady Mules trail 34-16. You're listening and watching live Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
Scott Law Firm is experienced in estate planning and the preparation of documents like wills and trusts. Let the Scott Law Firm help you protect your family and pass along your estate according to your terms. Call Scott Law Firm today at 785-4688. Southeast Signs and Graphics of Poplar Bluff can handle all of your printing needs, from t-shirts, wall displays, banners, and so much more. Call their team at 573-772-5566 or get to southeastsignsandgraphics.com.
Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
So we are back here at halftime. Lady Mules find themselves down at 34-16, and let's go ahead and break it all down for you. Dyersburg, Tennessee, right now, they are shooting the ball 13 out of 39 at 33%. They are 4 out of 13 from behind the arc, 4 out of 5 on the free throw line. Only 10 rebounds here in the first half of play. 4 of those are offensive rebounds. And 3 assists, 13 steals, only 2 turnovers in the first half. Looking at the scoring breakdown right now by Dyersburg, and Joya Crawford right now, she leads the way. She's got 10 points here in the early going. Also 9 points by Ari Quinn. So those two combined for 19 points. Also 8 points by Shelby Jordan, 7 by Natalia Dixon. And that is it for the most part when it comes to the scoring. Only 4 players right now in double figures. You look at the Lady Mules right now, what they have been able to do thus far, only 16 points in that first half, 7 of those by Adrian Casey. And then from there, 3 by Clara Rawman, 2 by Michaela Little, also 2 by Madeline Eads and Nevaeh Larkins. And that is it for the scoring right now for the Lady Mules. Poplar Bluff, John, they are shooting 32%. They are 1 of 7 from behind the arc, 1 out of 2 on the free throw line. They've got 24 rebounds, 6 of them offensive rebounds, 5 assists. But here's your difference right now in the ball game. Right now, the Lady Mules have out-rebounded Dyersburg a total of 24-10. The problem is Dyersburg, 2 turnovers, and Poplar Bluff 18 in that first half, and there is your biggest difference right there.
Oh, yeah, it's way too many turnovers in the first half, and costly turnovers. A lot of layups from Dyersburg, just getting the ball in bounds. We had a couple of 2 or 3 really successful breaking the press and getting down and shooting a layup, which is what you want to do, and we can grow off of that, I think, but the long passes are going to have to stop. I'd like to see a couple of bounce passes maybe. This Dyersburg team, tall girls, they're getting up fast and they're intercepting a lot of passes, just catching it out of the air and going the other way with it. So we're going to have to tighten that up just a little bit. Adrian Casey having a good game tonight. She absolutely is. A couple of our girls are going to have to get a rhythm on the offensive end, and, you know, plenty of time, Frankie. That's I think it's still a 6-possession game, my man.
Listen, I got to switch gears on you for just a moment and not talk about basketball.
Let's hear it.
I've got some really bad news for you. Can we get that camera turned over, Tim? Or not that camera, the one. Yeah. So I made a mistake, John.
Let's hear it.
So here's
first
the deal.
One ever.
No. I've made a mistake. I need to know from your point of view. Let's talk about the Mason-Dixon Chili Cook-Off for just a minute, okay?
Absolutely.
Coming up on February 24th and 25th, Black River Coliseum in Poplar Bluff. Great event. You've done such a great job getting me to be a judge on this chili cook-off.
You're going to love it, Frankie.
I need to know when the competition's going to end coming up on the Saturday the 25th.
25th. You'll be out of there by about 1 o'clock.
That might be a problem. I didn't know this, but the wife.
Yes.
I'm going to blame it on Pam. She got me, my son.
Taylor Swift tickets.
No way, Jose. But we're going to the Memphis Grizzlies that
nice,
night.
Nice.
And it'll be the first time that my son, at 12 years old,
that's awesome,
has been to a basketball game, and I just can't miss it.
That is awesome. No, that is awesome. When are they? Who are they playing?
Denver Nuggets.
Oh, yeah, that's
Had
cool,
to think
man.
for a second who
yes,
they were.
Right on.
So we'll be talking about the cook-off, and I don't know. I want to be there, but can a judge slip out early?
A judge? Yeah, you can. A judge, you'll be done judging by noon.
Okay.
You'll be done judging by noon.
Because
I feel like you're just trying to get out of it.
I'm not
you can't handle the chili.
No. I just, my wife is, listen, for those of you that know me, my wife is the boss. I'm sure in your marriage it's the same way. We've been married now for almost 15 years. I listen to her. What she says goes. It just makes it better for everybody, including myself.
Oh, yeah. Happy wife, happy life. Isn't that what they say, Frank?
That's what they say.
If mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy, as they say. But, no, that's awesome, man. It's a great venue to go down and see a game. I took my son when he was little. He wanted to see LeBron James, right? So we got tickets to see when LeBron was at Cleveland. They were coming to Memphis, and we got tickets and a couple of friends, and it was a big deal, and they were more expensive than usual. And as it turns out, LeBron didn't show up to play the game at all. He was taking a rest, and so we ended up not seeing LeBron. But we did see the Red Panda, which maybe you'll get to see her at halftime of the game.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. We're going to go to a quick timeout here. 1 minute. We'll come back with our second half. Lady Mules trail by a score of 34-6. You're listening and watching Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are back as we get ready for second half action. Tim Hicks on the camera. John Scott right beside me. I'm Frankie Castile, and we are about ready to begin our second half. Lady Mules right now find themselves down by a score of 34-16, and right now all eyes are on Joya Crawford, as she is only literally 6 points away from career 1,000, and she has worked really hard to get there. And if I haven't said this already, John, she's only a sophomore, my friend.
That's sort of hard to comprehend.
I know, it's crazy.
She's one of those fourth-year sophomores.
Yeah, maybe, but
that is.
There's a quick turnover there as Shelby Jordan could not get the ball there where she wanted it. And now for the Lady Trojans, Shelby Jordan, Natalia Dixon, DeKayla Holder, Ari Quinn, Joya Crawford on the floor. Boy, Lady Mules breaking the press that time. They're going to wind up and turn it right back over as Nevaeh Larkins could not hang on as Madeline Eads tried to get it to her there in the corner, and that was a fast break for Poplar Bluff. Just could not get the shot to fall.
Yeah, it was a good idea. It looked good. It almost worked.
So once again, the Lady Mules now, as Adrian Casey there, Mules are once again trying to break that pressure, and they're not going to be able to break it as Jordan that time is going to take it away. And there you go. Ari Quinn is really hammering down when it comes to the three-point shots.
Yeah, the girls off the ball are moving around a little bit, but they're going to have to move toward the ball. They're going to have to run up and catch that. These long passes, man. Dyersburg is really quick, really long, and they're intercepting those passes.
Yes, they are. 6:48 to go here in the third. Coming up in the second game of the night, it is the boys' turn. Michaela Little, good move inside to Adrian Casey. She's got 9, and that was a good move all the way around, 37-18.
Real basketball right there. Looked like basketball.
I'll say if the Lady Mules can figure out a way to get this down to maybe about, I'd say, under 14 by the end of the quarter, then I still like our chances here as we're going to get a double dribble called on Adrian Casey for the Lady Mules. That is turnover number 21. So Holder is going to come out. Green is back in. By the way, we have a game that's been added to the boys' schedule we just found out about today. It'll be next Saturday. We're going to be at McCracken County in Kentucky. I'll be there. I know who won't be there, as Crawford just makes her way in the paint there and gets 2 more points.
I got banned from Kentucky, Frankie. Sorry.
You got banned from Kentucky.
I got a warrant. No, I don't really have a warrant. I don't know of at least.
Oh, what a move by Eads. It could not finish. Here comes the Lady Trojans again at Dixon. Nobody blocks out. That's in Paducah. Yep.
Yeah. Well, that'll be a reasonable drive. We like to travel far and wide to play basketball, Frankie. We like to go all around the place, all the way out west, all the way east. We haven't gone south yet, but maybe next year.
Oh, I'm sure it's coming at some point.
We'll add a game to
Tim and I are going to wind up, and we're going to head down to Atlanta, Georgia for a ball game before it's all said and done.
Really just seeing how far will you go, Frankie. That's the deal.
Hey, we'll go anywhere. Us won't fly. If I can get there by car, I'll get there. Lady Mules turn it over as Jordan gets it, and once again, Ari Quinn, she's got 14 points. 43-18 now, John. Boy, this team from last year, this Dyersburg team has really improved. Madeline Need's shot is no good. Rebounded by Nevaeh Larkins, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up. 43-18 the score.
Foul number 15, Illyria.
It's going to be on Illyria Green. It'll be her first team foul number 2 now in this half.
Lady Trojans, number 2, Kathleen Harrell. And number 55, Jasmine Jordan. And number 10, Megan Buchanan.
These Lady Trojans are tough, Frankie. They are. Good team.
They really are. So now Lady Mules could not get the shot to go down as Jordan gets it. 3-point basket is no good in the corner by Cannon. It's going to be last touched, I believe, by the Lady Mules. Then it's going to stay with Dyersburg.
A nice block by Claire Rallman right there. Good clean block. Lucky 13.
So Clara Rallman, one of the 5 seniors on this team for Poplar Bluff. Oh my goodness. Joya Crawford, she is literally 2 points away from 1,000. TJ, Lady Mules have 22 turnovers in the ball game to this point. Foul going to be on Michaela Little, her second, team foul number 1. Crawford now with 14 points. 15. She is 1 point away, John, from career 1,000.
She may get it tonight, Frank. There's a chance. But, you know, she really has a nice shot, and you got to give her credit. I'm still trying to wrap my mind around that. 1,000 points as a sophomore. And I don't know when their season ends, but I'm guessing it's sometime in March, so she's got a long ways to go, man. Another couple of years. Shoot, 2,500, I don't know. There's a nice long shot there, Ms. Eads. She's a little bit off tonight, you know. She has the green light to shoot when she wants to. And she's had a decent game. She just can't get a bucket to go down. That's a little bit tough when you've got a team that's up in your grill like the Dyersburg team is right now. But, hey, Lady Mules are learning this game will benefit them going forward. They're seeing some press. They can work on that. And you can't win them all, right, Frankie?
That's right, absolutely. 4:17 to go. Sorry about that. I took a very important phone call there. So, John, you did a great job. Crawford, and there it is. There it is. Tim, I'll let you zoom in on Miss Crawford down there as she has got career point 1,000.
Are you sure they're counting it right? I guess I don't know, man.
I'm telling you,
that girl can play.
That is incredible. You know, I know we call for bluff, but I got to tell you, it doesn't matter who scores it. That's just incredible.
Yeah, it's good to see that. You know, and this girl, you can tell just from the way she plays, she seems like a really good kid. Not showboating at all, not doing anything, just playing her game, getting her points. you know, it's a good thing for her, something she and her teammates will remember forever. They're going to stop and take a few pictures like that. But, hey, it doesn't happen every year. No, you know, who knows how many she'll score in her career. I don't know. They've got to have another 10 or 12 games left probably in the season this year. And then 2 more years to go. Good Lord, Frank. I don't know what the state record. I bet it's pretty high in Tennessee, but it's a lot.
Well, that's incredible. And she'll remember that for the rest of her life. Her mom was here watching, so congratulations to her. Lady Mules trail 48-18. Lady Mules coming in the ball game on a 3-game winning streak. You know, in my high school career, I was 1 point away from 3,000. I won't tell you what high school I went to, though.
Well, I was going to talk about it. You know, we talked about Coach Davis over there. It's good to see him and have a chance to say hi. And I've always thought he might be a vampire because he hasn't really aged at all since, you know, 1990 when he was coaching for the evil Twin Rivers. And he was like Darth Vader, man. Nobody liked Coach Davis. They were good. It was always tough games, and he was the coach. And then he came back to Bluff and has been a staple with Poplar Bluff basketball really ever since. And good, you know, he retired sort of a couple of years ago, but he was a great junior high coach for the kids coming up, teaching those fundamentals and things that they needed to have, and instilled a lot of the good habits that these kids still have today from their junior high experience.
Lady Mules turn it over, and Poplar Bluff still find themselves down 48-18, 3:15 to go here in the third quarter of play. I wonder seriously, Joya Crawford, you know, she's got a great opportunity here, only being a sophomore. She honestly could get to 3,000 points. It's not out of the rim, I don't think.
Oh, no, not at all. And, you know, Tennessee, such a rich tradition of women's and girls basketball back in the old Pat Head Summit days, UT Vols, when they would win a national championship every year. And if they lost 2 games, it was a bad season. And so there is such a tradition of Tennessee basketball and women's basketball in particular. And
absolutely.
She's really playing well.
Another turnover there by the Lady Mules. And McClin is able to get 2 more points. Lady Mules 50-18 the score right now.
I'm not sure on the math on that one, Frank. I don't know how many possessions.
That's 32 points.
Too many possessions. What is that, 12, 11 possessions?
2:13 to go here in the third quarter. Lady Mules as Larkins goes up, and we'll see a whistle and a foul coming up now.
Some games just get away from you, but hey, you know, we got a quarter to go. Now's the time to buckle down. You know, every possession matters, and you know, just play the game.
You know, I know it's not going the way the Mules wanted to right now, but I'm excited that we're here calling this game for Coach Patillo and the Lady Mules.
No, that is nice, Frankie. I like to see that. I know that people back home, regardless of the outcome of the game, people like to see their kids or their neighbors or their friends or whoever play. So it's awesome that you guys were able to get over here early and be able to provide this service for the people back home to see these girls play, because they work hard.
They do.
A lot of seniors on the court, played hard their whole careers, giving it everything they've got. So kudos to that, to let them get an opportunity to see themselves on the big screen.
Tim wanted to go down to a Kentucky ball game, but I said, we can't do that today, Tim. We got to go to a high school game, maybe college later.
Right on.
That was
Just
your
keep
favorite.
on going.
That was your favorite team in college, was the Kentucky Wildcats, wasn't it? You're a big Wildcats guy,
big
aren't
blue,
you?
Big blue.
Big blue, they say it.
Which reminds me about how Missouri beat them this year. And I hated to see them beat Arkansas the other night. You know, down 10 with 4 minutes left, at which time I took my AirPods out, because that was the only chance we had to win that game, was me to quit watching. So I did, and of course Missouri came back and won that game. I hated it for Arkansas. It was just terrible.
Another 2 points there as Joya Crawford trying to fight her way in, counted, and the basket. Boy, she got 1,000, but she is not satisfied, and I'm telling you, Lady Mules having all kinds of trouble stopping her. 54-19. She's got 21 points, and she's got a chance here to make this even a bigger gap now, as a foul going to be called on the Lady Mules. Kennedy's a gainer. It is her second personal. Team foul number 2, and she makes that shot. 55-19 the score now.
You know, she's one of those players. She's got, what, 22, 23?
22.
And, but it's kind of quiet. You know, she's silky smooth, not a showboat at all, and she just gets them.
Clara Rallman, three-point basket is no good. Gets her own missed shot there. I got to tell you, if I was able to score 1,000 points my sophomore career, I'd be showboating, getting benched for it.
Oh Lord, you'd have that name, image, and likeness going, right, Frank?
Man, I'll tell you what I would have done if I would have been the one to if I would have got career point 1,000, I would have done push-ups right there. I would have got down there and done some push-ups, showboating. That's why I didn't get 1,000.
Well,
that's why I got 3,000.
I know those guys from Bushwoods are listening. I would say the last time I played golf is about 1,000 shots. Get 18 holes in, so I got my 1,000 that way.
Good. Dardisha Danner with a big bucket there for the Lady Mules. Glad to see her in the game and getting some points there. 55-21 now the score.
Maybe 1,000 hot dogs lifetime. I don't know. Probably not. Not yet. There's still time though.
Going to get a whistle. Jump ball. It's going to go to Poplar Bluff as Hale could not hang on to it.
1,000 miles to the game tonight? No, maybe not quite that far.
Maybe not that far.
That Joplin deal may have been 1,000
Yeah, that Joplin game was quite the trip.
It seemed like 1,000 miles in a couple of years.
It absolutely did. So Julia Crawford is still in the ball game now. Lady Mules, Nacy Wallace rather checks in. Gainer three-point basket is no good. So now on the other end, the Lady Mules, Eads with a big steal there. Dyersburg up 55-20, 35-point lead. That means that the clock is going to run coming up in the fourth quarter. Gainer for three.
Boom.
Yes, ma'am. She gets it.
There's a spark, Frankie.
It is now 55-23 the score. So we'll step away, a quick minute timeout. We'll get ready for the fourth quarter. You're listening and watching Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
All right, so we are back here live in Dyersburg, Tennessee.
You know, Frankie, it's we talk about the tradition of Tennessee basketball, but you know the Lady Mules, for old guys like me, you know, they've over the years had some really good teams. Back the Caputo girls played, Shanna and her sister, and I'm going to say Tara, I think that's right, good Lord, it's been a long time. Scored a lot of points, played a lot. The Kalich girls, who ended up playing college ball, a lot of them in the Ivy League. I think Mary, I don't want to offend any of the Kalich family, but I think it was Mary that ended up being Player of the Year in the Ivy League. And, you know, back in the days in the late 80s, early 90s, it was the Final Four almost every year, and it probably wasn't quite every year, but I can remember definitely a couple of years there getting to the Final Four, man, and those years we had some great players and some great efforts from the Mules, and we've had some good teams since then, obviously, but rich tradition of girls basketball in Poplar Bluff.
Absolutely. Long three-point basket is no good by Harrell. And here come the Lady Mules now out in front. Eads, and Eads will get the 2 points. 55-26 the score, or make that 55-25.
I remember going over to Springfield. They played in the Final Four over there at the Hammond Center there one year, probably 90, 91-ish. And we got over there, and my friend, back then, you know, nobody had phones, and you couldn't tell where you were going. We got lost, ended up somewhere down around Branson, and took forever to get back. But it was fun. We had a good time, and those girls won a lot of games. There was a long stretch there where we won a lot of basketball games.
Absolutely. Lady Mules now doing some substitutions. Dixon back in the ball game, as is Cannon, and there's a nice shot by the Lady Trojans. 57-25 now. Zagainer gets it to Jalissa Johnson, who is in the ball game. Also, Ireland Gowan checking in for the first time in the ball game.
Jalissa, there's a girl. You know, I remember these kids when they were little and playing soccer, I think it was.
What a move by Dixon.
Jalissa, she was on our soccer team one year, years ago. They all grow up, right, Frankie?
Absolutely. There's a steal once again by Cannon. Cannon goes up, it's no good.
Not a bad foul.
Nope.
Take that.
Kennedy's a gainer.
Now they stop the clock.
I don't know if there's a, and this is Tennessee, so
we're playing international rules over here. It's the European rules.
So I know we're talking about basketball here, but I did get a phone call a few moments ago from the police chief in Poplar Bluff, and we've got some breaking news. I'm trying to get it to pull up here. I'm not sure. Well, it's not letting me break it. Not letting me. Yes, it was one of the inmates who escaped from St. Francis County was captured in Poplar Bluff by Poplar Bluff Police Department.
Good work by the Poplar Bluff Police Department.
Trying to see which one it was. Michael Dean Wilkins was one of the individuals and has been taken into custody by Poplar Bluff authorities.
Well, that's good. That's good work from the Poplar Bluff PD.
I know we're talking about basketball, so I apologize.
Well,
it's just,
when you got a 61-25 game, Frankie, we don't necessarily need that kind of breaking news, but we'll take what we can get, right?
Well,
the other thing about Tennessee, long state, we're over here in West Tennessee, and then you got Middle Tennessee, and then you got East Tennessee. And it takes you about a week to drive, if you're on a horse, to get from West Tennessee to East Tennessee. And I've learned all this, and it's interesting that the various, how do I say it, just the different culture from, the Western Tennessee, the Middle Tennessee, and the East Tennessee. Beautiful state, long state, nice people, good stuff in Tennessee.
Darnisha Dan are going to have her shot blocked by Shelby Jordan. Kind of interesting that the starting five is still in right now. Some of the starters are still in for the Lady Trojans.
Yeah, don't necessarily like to see that.
Now we're going to see a mass substitution coming in. I was told during the varsity game, the boys game coming up, you're already smiling. I'm not sure what you're laughing about.
I don't know. You give me that look, I know whatever's getting ready to, what you're getting ready to say is going to be fake news for sure.
No, it's not fake news. I think people that are watching us right now, whether they're at Bushwoods, whether they're watching us on Facebook or whatnot, I think that the majority of folks will agree. Coming up in the pregame of the boys game, we're going to see John Scott down there with the cheerleaders here, maybe doing some backflips. What do you think?
I think that's a good idea. I mean, we're
wow, you're going to go down there and do it?
It's the
are you
Dyersburg Trojans. I feel like I should go down and try our cheerleaders are down competing for a national title in Dallas. So I may have to just take matters into my own hands.
Now the clock
get out here.
Now the clock is running. By the way, it's
do a couple of flips.
It's nonstop here.
My cheerleading days, I think, are somewhat behind me.
Okay.
I did a cartwheel once. My daughter tricked me into that in the front yard, but it was on an incline. I thought it would be easy, but I think my shoulder still hurts from that.
I would have paid money to see you do a cartwheel.
I think it was my feet. My big feet were getting in the way. I know what it was. It was one of those, we were doing one of those scavenger hunt deals. My daughter had a birthday party or something, and you had to go off and take pictures doing this, doing that, and trampoline, find a flower, do a cartwheel. So I did a cartwheel, Frankie, and that's the only one I'll ever do.
Dyersburg has outscored the Lady Mules as Anna Hayes for three.
Nice.
There's a nice three by Anna Hayes. I'm sure Sarah likes to see that back in Poplar Bluff.
Nice shot.
67-28.
Every possession, man, every shot, even a game that gets away from you, these girls can learn something. And, obviously there's going to come a time they're not going to be playing. So everything. I got to enjoy it, savor it all, even a game like this. That's a nice 3, man. That looked good.
It really did.
I see the Trojan mascot down there. Honestly, could probably use an update. I don't know. It's kind of got the whole USC feel a little bit, but I'm not sure. A little bit scary, to be honest with you.
Three-point basket, no good. Rebounded by the Trojans. And Jalissa Johnson trying to hustle to the ball there. Couldn't come up with it.
Good
1:21 to play. Oh, Sarah did like that three-pointer by Collision on aisle 5. Darnisha, that's a football move right there. Darnisha, give her a jersey.
Refs are ready for this game to be over. That guy wasn't going to call anything.
No, he wasn't.
That was one of those pass interference, offensive and defensive targeting charges.
Jalissa Johnson goes up and gets the foul called.
Foul number 15, Olivia Green.
Boy, DJ says we should take a poll to see all the folks who want to see John Scott do some jumping jacks, some backflips. So we've got Coach Will Durden. He's going to come up here in a minute. Jalissa Johnson, first free throw is up and no good. 67-28 the score. So Lady Mules will end a 3-game winning streak tonight against Dyersburg. But man, Dyersburg, they were tough all the way around.
Yeah,
misses
turnovers.
Both free throws.
Turnovers, and they got a couple of really good players.
Absolutely. Mules have 27 turnovers here in the ball game. Quinn,
27.
Good no-look pass. Goes up top. It is up and it is good. Harrell with the 2 points.
69-28. Trojans.
3-point basket by Zagainer is no good, and this one will come to an end as the Lady Mules fall here tonight. 70, or make that 60, 69, 71 to 28, doesn't matter. So what we'll do is let's go to a break. We'll see how much time they're gonna put on the clock, and I don't know if they're gonna start before 7:30 or if they're going to start right at 7:30. They wouldn't let us start before 6 p.m. So what we'll do is we'll go to a break, and we'll come right back, and we'll have the interview coming up with Coach Will Durden. You're listening and watching Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are back, and we may only get about 10 minutes between the two games. So joining us right now is head coach Will Durden of Poplar Bluff. And coach, tonight the Mules, your Mules, take on Dyersburg. And I was talking to the head coach of Dyersburg. You don't want to hear this. He says that his team is nowhere near your class.
I don't know how many times we've heard that this year.
I'm just saying.
They're good. They're a good team, and they got some size. Not just height. I mean, they're bulky. I mean, they're one of their better guards, about 230 pounds, and just get some things done. We got our hands full tonight.
So here tonight, you're looking at them, and we're looking at us right now. I know we've not won some games here, but the Mules have every game that we have played thus far. Poplar Bluff has tried every which way to get on the scoring column. One thing they don't do, Coach, they don't give up.
No, they don't. They don't. We have to figure out a way to put the ball in a hole and get a lot more efficient on offense. We've been struggling here lately. I mean, we scored 1 point against Jackson in the first quarter, and it wasn't because of lack of shots. We just, the kids get their head down a little bit during that stretch, and it affects every level of what we're trying to do. We have to be mentally tougher with that and just, at least try to, lock down on defense. And I mean, I think that for a while in the Jackson game, it was, 4 and 6-1, until like 3 minutes ago or something in the first quarter. So it wasn't like we wasn't guarding. It's just, the kids were frustrated. The ball wasn't going in the hole.
Absolutely. And you look at this team that we're going to see here tonight, they've got a 6'7.5" kid. We'll call him 6'8".
Yeah.
But this kid is really good, Brendan Turnage, and you got to watch out for him. What other things do we know about this Dyersburg team? Which, oh, by the way, even though their coach says they're not very good, they're coming in 15-4.
Yeah, no, they're good. They have some kids who can shoot it from the outside. Number 20 and number 4, they can fill it up if you leave them open on the outside. And then 00 is a load in the inside. He plays guard, but he goes down and gets physical in the post. So we need to lock in on defense and play a little free on offense.
All right, Coach, real quickly, your starting 5 here, I believe we're going to go with Graham, also Torrance Williams, Preston Moore, Brendan Durden, Jack Scott. Is that about right?
That sounds about right.
All right, Coach, to beat this team and get a win tonight, your team must do what?
We got to get back on defense, and we have to fill a medal in half court.
All right, Coach, thank you so much, and go get them.
All right, thanks.
All right, Coach Will Durden joining us live here in the pregame of the boys. And coming up here in just a moment, we're going to get on a couple of players coming up. We've got Clara Rahman, I believe she is coming up, and I don't know who the other one is. It's going to be Nevaeh Larkins. We'll have Clara put the headset on here real fast. Don't be bashful, Clara. It's fine. We'll let her put the headset on here. And Clara, let's talk about this game first off. It didn't go the way that we wanted to, but number one, first and foremost, the team never gave up. You got to be happy with that, right?
Right. And in halftime, Coach came in there and he was like, I don't know how the outcome of this game is going to be, but as long as we don't give up and try our hardest, there's nothing to lose at this point.
One thing that I can for sure see is the 5 seniors on the floor, whether I'm doing the PA, whether it's here tonight in Dyersburg, you guys are relishing every moment you guys have. The season is halfway over, and I still believe this, that the best is still yet to come. What do you think?
I agree. The past 3 years, the seniors haven't really been close, which Maddie just came in last year.
Right.
But this year we really decided that, our chemistry really puts the team together and decided our bond makes the team better. And
the last 3 ball games, besides this one, you guys have really started to come on, and I can only imagine the team goals right now are to get better before districts, compete hard, and try to stun the entire class.
Honestly, there's nothing to lose at this point. We already have a losing record, so we're just throwing it all out there.
Well, do me a favor for your mom and dad, look in that camera right there and say anything you want to say for folks watching right now back at Bushwoods.
Thank you for all your support. It means a lot to me.
All right, Clara, thank you so much. Go be with your team, and we'll see you back on senior night coming up in a couple of weeks. Clara Rahman joining us. She is one of our 5 seniors. Also, Nevaeh Larkins is going to join us as well. You always look very serious when you're on the court, whether we're talking, whether we're on the air. Let's talk about this team and how much fun it seems like you're having so far this year.
So yeah, I've been having a lot fun. I've been working a lot harder, and this season I feel like I've been flourishing and being able to score more often than I have been.
One of your biggest fans back home is Miss Kathleen Patillo, loves your style of play, and I know your mom and dad real well, so I'm assuming you get your athleticism from your dad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty intense, Bob Larkins. I don't want to throw a name out there, but known him for years. We're cousins, by the way, Bob and I. Do you know that?
Really?
We really are by marriage. Ask him. He'll tell you all about it.
Well, that's cool.
I call him my long-lost cousin. But no, here tonight, I know it didn't go the way that we wanted it to, but one thing I was telling Clara was, even though we were down by quite a few points, you guys never gave up and never quit. Why is that? What is the mentality with this team?
So coming in our freshman year, we had a really good team. They were always really well together. And the past 3 years, we've had kind of building seasons. And even though we were all friends and we kind of maybe had our individual skills, we just didn't work well together as a team. And I think this year, this is the best year we've come together as a team, and this is probably our best season.
I feel like that when districts roll around, that your team is going to compete very, very well coming up in the districts. You agree?
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, last thing, like I told Clara, look in that camera and tell your mom and dad anything you want to say.
Hi, Mom and Dad.
There you go. All right, so Nevaeh, good job, and we'll see you very soon coming up on senior night. Nevaeh Larkins here joining us live as we're about ready to end the postgame pregame, and get ready for the boys basketball team coming up in just a moment. Those kids, man, I've known, she doesn't know it, but I've known Nevaeh since she was real little. I'm related to her mom and dad by marriage. Great folks, and I'm so glad they were able to come on the air. Even though the Lady Mules didn't get the win here tonight, it's not about that. It's about giving back to our program, giving back to our kiddos, and we're just happy that we were able to be a part of this. By the way, coming up, we will have senior night in just a moment, or I should say in a couple of weeks rather, coming up on January 30th. We're going to be there for that game too. We're going to have that game on live stream, and Tim and I will be there, and we'll make sure we give these kiddos the kudos that they deserve. All right, we are coming up on 2 minutes until we tip off. Coming up next, we're going to get back to live action. We're going to go to a quick timeout, and we'll come right back. You're watching and listening to Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff.
Protecting your toys are just as important as protecting your daily driver. First Choice Insurance can help find the coverage for your ATVs, boats, and campers that will give you peace of mind and not break your bank. So don't forget to allow First Choice Insurance to review your insurance needs today.
Kevin's Auto and Tire.
All right, so we are back now getting ready for the final game of tonight. And real quick, John, such great kids to have up here, Clara Rahman and Nevaeh Larkins. Did you know that Nevaeh Larkins and I are related by marriage?
I did not know that.
Her dad is my cousin.
I can remember when Nevaeh was born, which is kind of scary.
That makes us old folks.
It is old, Frankie. But let me tell you what, Dyersburg High School, we're going to have to get into this. They have got some caramel popcorn down there.
I saw you eating it.
And I'll tell you what.
The camera's picking you up right now.
I shouldn't have eaten that before I had to get on camera. Very subtle, but very good, very tasty. We need to look into that. We're going to have to do a fact-finding mission on that and sort this recipe and get that for the home game for the Mules, because that popcorn is very good.
All right.
Very tasty.
So we're going to go down courtside for our starting lineups here tonight. It looks like Jack Scott is going to be in the lineup for the Poplar Bluff Mules. Same starting five. There's Darius Graham coming in. Graham, by the way, averaging 13 points a ball game. Torrance Williams going to get the start, averaging about 7 points. Preston Moore going to get his first start of the season. Preston Moore averaging 3.5 points a ball game. Jack Scott, he is averaging about 2 points a game. And Brendan Durden is also in the starting lineup, averaging just under 10 points a ball game. And now the lights will dim yet again. I've got to hold John Scott's hand as he gets a little bit nervous when the lights go out.
You know, a little bit different lineup for us tonight. Frankie Preston Moore obviously has earned his spot on the starting five. But I believe Dyersburg has this kid that's like 7'9" or something, 6'7" and a half. So we got to have a little size to try to keep him off the glass. I saw him in warm-ups. He's a large human being.
So Mace McAfee is in the ball game. Malik Macklin is going to check in. He'll be the starter. So Ryan Lawrence, he is in the lineup. And a 6'8" sophomore, Brendan Turnage, the starting five for the Dyersburg Trojan. The head coach, by the way, it is Blaine McGaffey, and he is in his 14th season as the head coach. So here we go. Starting five on the floor now for both teams. Got to break out the old green
you
drink
had it.
here.
You've been holding out on him. You
I've
got
been
that green
holding
drink.
out.
That's the 14th year for this coach. That's an accomplishment. You know he's a good coach. He's been able to stay over here for 14 years.
You know what he told me? I shouldn't say this out loud, but he's the one that told me this. He sent me a text. He doesn't want me to brag on his team too much. He told me that his team, he is a career loser, he said. His words and not mine.
Well, hey,
it was funny.
You got to find your niche.
I guess so. So now the Mules quickly as Brown works it inside the paint. Big kid, very strong. His shot is up. It's no good. Oh, what a good job by the Mules.
Durden, that's a weird color. Is that ball's a weird color, Frankie? Is that me? Is that my eyes?
It's your eyes. It looks orange to me.
It looks like an outdoor ball.
No, it's definitely a little bit weird.
That I saw. I thought, well, I shouldn't have eaten all that popcorn because now I'm seeing things.
So now Brendan Durden gets it back to Darius Graham. The Mules wearing their maroon jerseys, white trim, white numbering, going from right to left. Durden is going to go off his fingertips, and there's a quick turnover. Coach Durden, he was telling me during the pregame before we got on the air for the girls game that he was thinking about maybe reinstituting something that when the Mules make a turnover, they're going to do 5 push-ups per turnover during the game.
Well, they would be strong. They would be really tired after the first few games and then be really strong by the end of the year.
From the free throw line, Lawrence is no good. Rebounded by Torrance Williams, our 6'5" junior. Durden now tries to drive. He was trying to drive there, unable to do that. Preston Moore getting his first start of the season. I know his mom and dad are watching back, or someone's watching back from Brosley. Maybe not his mom and dad. Darius Graham, nice jumper inside. Good setup by Preston Moore. Let's give the Mules 2 points on the scoreboard tonight. What do you say?
Scoreboard's working.
So Lawrence misses the shot, and what a great job by Darius Graham.
Walking the tightrope.
How in the world did he save that one? There's going to be a steal by Lawrence.
Let's keep track. That'd be 10 push-ups.
That's 10 push-ups already here in the ball game. Lee Wallace is tuning in tonight. Missed shot by Mahaffey there and rebounded by the Mules. Preston Moore did a good job on that rebound. Mahaffey, of course, he is the coach's son, Blaine Mahaffey's son.
We're running a little half-court offense, it looks like.
Ron Withrow is tuning in. He's got that Snickers. He already had 1 Snickers tonight. Maybe 2 is in order.
2 Snicker night, Frankie.
3-point basket by Durden is no good. Rebounded by Lawrence. Lawrence gets it to Brown. Jalen Brown going to go baseline. Turnage. Shot rims out on him. Could not make it.
That Turnage is a big kid. They've got him listed at 6'7.5".
Well, I've never seen
237.
Have you ever seen a half before?
No, I think that's. I mean, I feel like he's every bit of that, and he's proportionate. You know, a lot of kids are tall and skinny. He's very proportionate, and I would imagine he would be hard to push around.
I was talking to Jack Scott when he first got here. I said, what we should do on senior night, we should have a rebounding competition, me versus him.
Yeah, there you go.
I said, I don't want to put you to shame, Jack.
That's true. I just need one of those little trampolines. Be no big deal. No big deal at all.
Darius Graham going to go to the free throw line. Turnage is going to get the first foul.
You never got your foot race, though, did you? You were going to do your foot race. That was Darius Graham, wasn't it? Or
I tried. No, it wasn't. It was
Amari?
Mikhail McFarland.
Oh, Mikhail, that's right. He needs to give you about a 30-yard head start on that 40-yard sprint.
So Timon Harvey going to check in the ball game now. Mules now lead at 3-0. Jack Scott is going to take a seat for the time being. Gavin Rivers will check in. Darius Graham, 3 points on the ball game so far. Second free throw coming up. It is on the way. It's good. 4-0 now. Mules on top here. They are on top by 2 possessions.
John. 2 possessions. Yeah, I'll say Jack did a good job on their big kid. Big kid subbed out, subbed Jack out. Jack's defensively minded kid, and he's
I was going to say
he's good on those big kids.
It doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but his defense has really improved this year. Brown from downtown.
That's a good look.
Or make that Malik, rather. Malik Macklin. Bank is open.
These high school kids, he's a senior with a full beard. You got to watch out for those kids. He may score 30 on you.
Maybe. Preston Moore, unbalanced shot, unable to make the shot go down. And the rebound going to be grabbed by Brown. Brown going to bring it up the floor. Hands it off to Lawrence. Lawrence shot is no good. Good rebound there by Gavin Rivers. Maybe a little bit of contact on the rebound, but he's able to still strong enough to bring it down. You know what when I first walked in this gym, if you look at the,
I know what you're going to say.
What am I going to say? What a good move by Gavin Rivers.
Say it looks like Donovan.
Yes, I was. It looks exactly like Donovan.
It's the same D. I think Donovan needs to sue these guys, find them a lawyer, and get their royalties.
Are you recommending your services at John Scott LLC?
We're going to get these royalties for this D they're using. Yeah, the D that the Trojans are using looks just like Donovan. And same colors almost, too.
It really is. Oh, good. Oh, the Mules going to get called for the foul. It looks like it's going to go on Brendan Durden. I do got a bone to pick with you. The other day, I've known you for a long time, but when my wife was talking to you, she made it seem like that whatever she wanted to have done, you were all about helping her versus me.
Well, it's whoever gets there first.
You got to pick.
Whoever gets there first.
No, you got to pick your battles here. First free throw by Mahaffey is up. It's no good. And for the Mules, we're going to see coming in David Durbin going to come in the ball game, as well as Isaiah Neville. Preston Moore to take a seat. David Durbin's going to take a seat for right now.
That would be 6.
We did for a second.
That's kind of our signature thing, is we like to have 6 on the court, and we've not gotten teed up for that once this year so far. I don't think. But we like to test the boundaries. I feel like if we could have 6 on the court, maybe we'd have a little, I don't know, it kind of clutters things up a little.
So Brown is called for the personal foul. Team foul number 2 now. Coming up on the 4-minute mark here, Darius Graham gets it to Isaiah Neville. Isaiah Neville going to have it punched out there. Another turnover by the Mules. That's going to be 15 push-ups here. We owe Coach Durden when this is all said and done.
I'm going to eat.
Neville goes up. What a move by Isaiah Neville. I was just going to say, this kid, he makes a big difference. Only a sophomore, by the way.
Yeah. Once he learns a little bit more of the pass on that press, he's going to be a really, really good player for the Mules. Nice shot, gets up well, but I think I'm going to start eating a mini Snicker for every turnover. How about that, Frank?
Absolutely. 8-4 the score. Morgan McIntosh, commentator dream team. That's what she says. Oh, what a good
Well, I was downtown today over lunch. The weather was nice. Went down, checked it out. Things are happening down there.
Gavin Rivers goes inside. His shot is no good. Rebounded by Brown. Jalen Brown kicks it outside to Mahaffey. Mahaffey now back around to McLean rather. Lawrence going to go down to
these kids' names are all sort of pronounced.
Oh, what a good block there by Torrance Williams.
Yes. Got up on it. Now we got to.
Isaiah Neville.
Slow down just a little bit. Don't dribble it.
Now Isaiah Neville to Darius Graham. Graham goes up. What a shot by Darius Graham. And he's got 6 points. Mules now lead it by 3 again at 10-7. Preston Moore going to check back in, as well as Marlon Hickman-Roberson.
Well, we'd be undefeated if they counted style points.
Oh, going to get a foul on the Mules.
And we are undefeated in the state of Tennessee thus far this season. We're going to keep the streak alive.
We've not played here in Tennessee this year yet.
We're a multi-state team. We're undefeated in Illinois, are we not? We're going to be undefeated in Kentucky soon. We're going to check them off.
We're undefeated in Kentucky. Yes, we are. We'll be there next Saturday. Free throw is up and good by Lawrence.
Lawrence, my guy.
For the Mules, Darius Graham and Gavin Rivers will take a seat. Brendan Durden back in the ballgame, as well as Marlon Hickman-Roberson. Isaiah Neville also taking a seat. Preston Moore back in the ballgame. It is now 10-8 now the score. My son Chance is playing basketball tonight back at Twin Rivers.
Good for Chance. We miss him on the scoreboard.
We do. Torrance Williams checks out. Isaiah Neville back in the ballgame. 10-9 the score. Yeah, I got to tell you a funny story. His first ballgame was on Wednesday of this past week. And Tuesday, it was like 65 degrees outside. What a move.
Nice. Real basketball.
Nice feed by Isaiah Neville to Brendan Durden, 12-9. I was going to say, I called him up and I said, Chance, you might want to go outside. And we've got a basketball go outside. And he got real quiet and he said, Dad, I'm okay. And I said, what do you mean you're okay? Three-point basket is no good by Lowrance. Ball batted around somehow to Brown. Brown gives it up to Harvey. Harvey's shot is no good. Rebounded by Preston Moore. And it's going to go out of bounds. Mules could not come up with it. I was going to say that he said, Dad, I don't need to practice today because tomorrow I'm going to drop 20. I said, drop 20 what? He said, I'm going to drop 20 points. And I said, you need to get out there and practice, son. Lowrance with a move on the inbound. And now it is 12-11. Well, needless to say, on Wednesday, he didn't drop 20. He dropped 8. And the coach called him over to the bench and said, are you allergic to defense? I love it. That was a great quote.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a shirt made on that.
Are you allergic to defense? Well, they got to learn it early, man.
So he's playing tonight, and I don't know how he's done yet. I haven't heard. Timeout called by Poplar Bluff. It is a 30-second timeout, so we'll step away with them. 30-second, be right back. Mules lead by 1 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Kevin's Auto and Tire is a family-owned one-stop shop for fast, friendly, and affordable automotive services with the latest tools and technology as well as their time-tested automotive knowledge. They're guaranteed to get your vehicle fixed without breaking the bank.
All right, so we are back here. I'm digging this disco music we had here during that timeout. I've also been watching pictures of, we're going to see Mules are going to get it right back here. Gavin Rivers, and we're going to get a whistle here, and it's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Mules. So Poplar Bluff going to get a bonus there. I was going to say, I was looking at pictures on John's phone. He did do some cartwheels.
I got receipts.
That was one of the most warped.
I don't think you'd get me a state championship.
I don't think that's
going to
get you. Yeah, you're not going to be able to go to do back-to-back champions there.
I had a little bit of a leg. I had to straighten out. I may have to work on that a little bit. It was on an incline, so I felt like I could pull it off.
You talk to our Lady Mules, and they might be able to help you out a little bit. Remember, they are back-to-back state champions right now at Nationals. They're that way for a reason. Coming up on the 1-minute mark here in the first quarter, Mules up by 1 at 12-11. Darius Graham's got 6 of our 12 here in the first quarter. Boy, good contact between Hickman and Roberson. Also in for is Carissa Thomas. Isaiah Neville gets it outside to Darius Graham. Maybe he walked there inside the paint, high off the backboard. What a move.
Man, when he's on, man.
I was going to say the same thing. When he's on, he's on.
Off the glass, high off the glass, soft touch, left-handed.
Kathleen Patillo still with us here. She says, let's go Mules, 14-11. And we're going to get a whistle here and a timeout called by Coach Mahaffey, and he does not look happy.
You know, Frankie, the Mules have come out a lot tougher tonight than they have the last few games. It's good to see them with that intensity from the start. You know, get a little bit of a lead, score some points, settle in. We can play with this team.
Absolutely.
But it's good to see that intensity from the first tip. That's normally how we play. The last few games, we've gotten away from that. But I'm glad to see the Mules come out strong tonight here in Dyersburg.
Absolutely. I think I'm going to make a bold prediction here tonight. I think that our losing streak ends right here in Dyersburg, Tennessee. Tim Simpson, he says, let's go Mules. Okay, I'm going to make something very clear for Tim, who is tuning in from Jacksonville, Florida. This is not going to make folks very happy with me right now, but I'm going to say it. Let's go Jags over the weekend. What do you say?
Yeah.
We're taking on the Chiefs.
I'd be okay with that. I've said it. I don't mind the Chiefs, but I'm not a bandwagon guy. Haven't been a Chiefs guy, so I feel like I can't jump on the bandwagon now.
Brown going to go up. A foul going to be called with 5.9 seconds. Miss Edmondson, she says, keep it up, John.
Those were some wild games last weekend.
They
NFL
were some
games,
wild
weren't they?
games. They were some wild games. There's no doubt about that.
Playoff.
Marlon Hitman-Roberson called for the foul. And Preston Moore, his long shot is no good. So we have played one. The Mules have a 3-point lead. When we come back, 14-11, we're back in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Larry Hillis is a proud sponsor of Mule Sports. Local sports, local fans, and local business. A winning combination.
Patriot Auto Glass offers chip repair or glass replacement. They provide fast quality service done by experienced technicians. Ask about our veteran and first responder discounts. Call Patriot Auto Glass today at 573-840-5027. And remember, Patriot Auto Glass will come to you.
All right, so we are back as we get ready for the second quarter. And the Mules right now with make that 3 fouls here in the first half, 2 by Dyersburg. Every time I look at this D, I always think about saying Donovan instead of Dyersburg.
No kidding.
I saw a story that if the Chiefs win coming up this weekend, they're going to bring back red milk. So I'm going to ask you a dumb question. What are we talking about? What's the red milk about?
I don't know. I'm not sure I would want to drink red milk.
Well, I saw that on a story today, and I was like, I have no idea what they're talking about.
Think of other red beverages that people might be able to enjoy, but red milk, I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. So, but anyways, I know Tim agrees when I say go Jags. 3-point basket by Brown is no good. A good rebound by Roberson. Here come the Mules. Roberson inside the paint, a little bit short. And the rebound goes to Brown. Mules nearly come away with another steal, and what a good move at that time by Mahaffey, and he gets his first bucket of the ball game. It is now 14-13 the score. So Lawrence is back in the ball game. Mahaffey, Ace Mahaffey with a great start there. Also, Careson Thomas is back in. And it's going to go off the knee. And we're going to see a mass substitution here by the Trojans. Darius Graham back in the ball game for David Durbin. Mahaffey stays in the ball game. Also coming in is Thad Hill. The big man, Braden Turnage, is in the ball game now. Good move by Darius Graham. Oh, a foul going to be called. This one is going to go against Ryan Lawrence. That is his first and team foul number 3 now.
That was one of those, probably a clean block, but he swatted at it. When you do that, it looks like a foul. They'll call it. Even if it's not a foul, they'll call one that looks like a foul.
Oh, Morgan McIntosh says, I can't believe you didn't get pulled off the air for saying go Jags.
Well, the good thing is Frankie controls this operation.
That's
He's
right.
got everything. He's the one that pulls people off the air.
So both free throws there by the Mules by Gavin Rivers is no good, and Rivers missing both of the free throws, which is uncharacteristic for him. 14-13 now the score.
What are we shooting 50% on the year, right, Frankie?
Yes, we are.
I was talking to somebody today, and we were discussing that's not easy to maintain 50% throughout the whole year. I mean, that takes a little bit of effort.
It's 15-14 now the score. Boy, Turnage, he is so good inside. Mules cannot get the shot to go down for Poplar Bluff. Another rebound. And here we go, 15-14 the score. Mahaffey could not get the shot to go down, but there is the offensive rebound by the 6'8 kid. And now it's 17-14 the score.
Yeah, they're going to have to block him out.
So they're telling me that it's red velvet milk is what it is.
Now, red velvet, I can get behind some red velvet, but I'm just not sure about it being milk.
So here's the deal. So let me ask you this, Morgan McIntosh, director of downtown Poplar Bluff. If the Jags win, can we not make it blue milk?
That's even worse. You know, you can find some naturally occurring red foods, but find a naturally occurring blue food is not easy.
I may get yanked off the air. Folks here in Dyersburg may not like the fact that I'm not going for the Chiefs. You know who goes for the Chiefs, by the way? Sheriff Mark Dobbs, big Chiefs fan.
Yeah, that's right. You don't want to get sideways with the sheriff. 4 missed free throws tonight. I think we're 0 for 4. Is that right?
Yeah, we're 0 for 4. We haven't made one yet.
We're going to mess up our 50%.
3-point basket, no good by Mahaffey. Good job by Brendan Durden on the rebound there.
Now, Red Velvet, everything else is good.
And we're going to get a whistle here. This one's going to go against the Mules. It's going to be an offensive foul.
And who am I kidding, Frankie? I would drink it. If they put a nice label on there and called it Red Velvet, I'd drink it. I might have to turn the light off, but I'd drink it.
Torrance Williams checks out of the ball game. Gavin Rivers is in. Also, Marlon Hitman-Roberson back in the ball game as well. Each team with 4 fouls here in the first half. Oh, good job by Darius Graham. Oh, my goodness, nearly a steal.
Foul.
Morgan says no blue milk. I got to tell you, though, but I know she's watching right now. Not because she's watching, but we all can agree on one thing about Miss McIntosh. She does a phenomenal job running downtown Poplar Bluff. So many great things, initiatives going on down there, and they would not be possible, most of them, without the leadership of what she's doing. So hats off to what she's doing, and just keep up the good work.
Certainly has improved downtown, and the folks down there who've stuck it out over the years, a lot of the people who've been there forever, have really been advocates, and they've helped to make it easier to make improvements. And once you get a little bit going, you see the momentum build. It's exponential, and you get a few more businesses down there. We got the school building. Hopefully one of these days will get finished. And, it's turning into a nice little downtown.
By the way, I was just informed that Randy and Tammy, who listens and watches down in Brosley, is the aunt and uncle to Preston Moore. So it's good to know.
Preston has really come along this year.
He's so fun to watch.
Plays hard, works hard in the offseason.
What a move by Darius Graham. That gives him 10 for the ball game.
Man, he can jump. He can get up.
He really can. He can do so many good things.
And Preston's only going to get better, maybe get a little stronger. He looks a little bit thin to me. You know, he's tall, he's growing. His game has really come along. You know, give him another offseason to bulk up a little bit, and he's going to be a really dangerous player.
So Darius Graham is going to inbound. Jalen Brown back in the ball game here. Also coming back in is Ryan Lowrance. Thad Hill back. Oh, what a move to Jack Scott. Kicks it outside to Preston Moore. This one is no good, but look who got the rebound.
Call that an alley-oop.
We'll call that a pass, right?
Yeah. Darius having a good game tonight.
He's got 12 of our 18. 12 or at 19 to 18 the score. And a foul going to be called against the Poplar Bluff Mules. By the way, coming up next Saturday, I'll be live in McCracken County. Meanwhile, back on the farm, John Scott, he'll be having a hot dog somewhere in Springfield.
I'll be live at the natatorium in Springfield watching about 420 swimmers for 7 or 8 hours.
Oh, we're going to get a foul call. It didn't look like there was much contact on that. I thought maybe that Macklin, or maybe Thad Hill rather, maybe slipped and falled on that one. But no, they're going to say it's going to be a foul coming up on the Mules. They didn't say who the foul was on.
I was just thinking, it's my fault. That's my fault, Frankie.
They're going to give it to Hickman-Roberson.
I was just thinking these officials were doing a wonderful job tonight, calling a pretty good game. And as soon as I thought it, here we go. Now they're shooting free throws.
And we're in the bonus now. So 1-1 coming up. So Dyersburg at Thad Hill on the free throw line. It's up. It's good. 20 to 18 the score. So 20 to 18 is the score. Right now the Mules are shooting 53%. They're 8 out of 15. By the way, guess who is tuning in tonight? Take a wild guess, John.
Let's hear it. Oh, Grandma Jackie.
Grandma Jackie is tuning in.
And Misty the dog looking for a treat.
The dog. All right, so I've got to ask one more question. Who's ready for possible snow coming up on Wednesday morning,
Look at that. I'm ready for it, Frankie.
I'd be happy with maybe 5 inches of snow.
Is that that's your voice on there when you talk about the weather, whatever that is?
It
Recording
is.
Sounds like you're about 12 years old. Did you have to do that like 30 times to get it to sound all professional like that?
No, I had to do it. I had to do at least 5. Oh, Jalen Brown, count the bucket and the foul. And he's going to go to the free throw line at 23-18 the score.
Yeah, we don't need that.
And we're going to see for the Trojans now coming in, we're going to see Timon Harvey coming in. Jalen Brown goes to the free throw line. He'll shoot a 1.
Our offense is still just kind of sputtering.
Darius Graham gets his first foul here of the ball game. 3-point play is up and good at 24-18 the score.
Like to see Gavin get in some offense here. You know, he's trying to settle in.
Cameron Settle is in the ball game as well for the first time here in the half. Pull-up jumper by Isaiah Neville, knocks it down. He's got 4 points.
I can't emphasize enough how weird this ball is. Isn't that weird? That would be weird to me, I think, as a player. All of a sudden you're playing with a ball that's a different color than you've been playing with.
So now the Mules quickly. Isaiah Neville tried to get the steal, but Jalen Brown is going to be 2 more points. He's got 5 in the ball game now.
Now, that kid's tough, that number 0.
Absolutely.
He's a
tough.
horse. Another kid with a full beard. That's always intimidating, Frankie, I think, for a high school kid. Oh, a little bit high.
And we're going to get a whistle here and a turnover on the Mules.
I like to see Jack just shoot the ball once in a while. You know, just once in a while. That's one he could have. Maybe one bounce, go up for the layup, get a foul, make his free throws. It's a good idea, though. Just a little bit high pass.
So now on the other end, Turnage with...
They let him get away from him on that one.
Yes,
Snuck
they did.
in behind. Be nice to be 6'7", at least for a while.
6'7.5".
At that extra half. He used that extra half on that one.
We got to make sure we put that in there.
That's true.
So now Isaiah Neville. We had some internet issues here a second ago, but it looks like we're good to go now. Darius Graham shot is up. It's no good. Rebounded by the big man.
Partially blocked.
Partially blocked as well by Lowrance. And now here comes Macklin from the free throw line. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Preston Moore. 28-20 the score.
Well,
another turnover there. Lowrance with a steal. Long pass over to Brown. Brown going to go baseline. Arcing shot is no good, but Turnage with the rebound, and he'll get fouled in the process, and he's going to go shoot one more.
That was a pretty good foul by Settle right there. It's going to be a layup. Make this kid shoot the free throws. Yeah, we had another unforced turnover, just a bad pass. 5 more. My arms are getting tired thinking about all those push-ups.
Tell you what, Turnage misses that free throw opportunity. Coming in for Dyersburg, or make that for the Mules, rather. We're going to see Preston Moore, Isaiah Neville all checking out. No, Preston Moore now says I'll stay back in.
1, 2, 3.
We've got about 7 right now out there.
5, 6.
Oh, boy, I
got to take off one shoe.
Preston Moore, Torrance Williams, Brendan Durden is all out there, and David Durbin, a second one is on the way. It's no good. Good rebound by Torrance Williams. Score still stays 28-20.
That's a good foul.
1:40 left.
Give Settle the MVP of the first half for that foul.
Oh, another unforced turnover there as Preston Moore could not hang on to it. We're going to see Ace Mahaffey coming in the ballgame now for Timon Harvey. Mules right now, they owe 40 push-ups to Coach Durden.
Yeah, I think he saw that.
How many turnovers is that, John?
Mascot down. Let's see. Okay, that's 5. Would that be 8?
Mahaffey for 3. It's no good. Rebounded by
kid's a
Turnage.
machine.
He is.
Well, I think the mascot's kind of scary. That old Trojan down there. They could. I'm going to chip in on a fund to upgrade that thing. It's going to give me nightmares. It's kind of a Chucky deal. Well, it's kind of a Chucky deal.
Turnover there by the Mules again. Lowrance could not get the shot to go down, but Brown will make it go down. What can Brown do for you?
How now, Brown? What's that one, Brown? Is that Dr. Seuss? I'm flashing back to something. Brown My daughter Kate will hopefully text me, Mr. Brown.
We've got a 30-second timeout here coming up. The Mules now have 3 timeouts remaining. Our ball game here tonight being brought to you by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair. Also being brought to you by PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers. Also being brought to you by Russians Towing, Air Solutions, First Choice Insurance, and the Scott Law Group LLC. 55 seconds, all that remains in quarter number 2. The Mules right now down by a dozen.
Yeah, it's been sort of just a gradual draining of our lead that we had earlier. Now we're looking at a 12-point deficit. I'm not sure how that happened.
54 seconds and counting as the Mules, Gavin Rivers will bring it up the floor, and he gives it to Brendan Durden. Durden now from the timeout. Mules got to get some type of points here. There's another turnover by the Mules as Brown reaches in, Euro step, and he's able to get the 2 points. He's got 9.
We're trying to run a half-court offense. We haven't done that much all year.
A big block by Turnage as Durden could not get the shot to go down. On the other end, Mahaffey with 2 more, and quickly now it's a 16-point ball game.
I think we got to just cut them loose and let them run.
There's another steal. Oh my goodness, Mahaffey out in front. That is an 8-point turnaround, 38-20.
That's like 8 points in a minute, less than a minute.
Mules have been outscored at 26-7. Another turnover.
Oof.
Boy, coach is not happy right now. I can just see by his face. Mules were outscored at 27-6 in that quarter. And now the Mules find themselves down by 18 pretty quick.
Oof.
So let's go to a timeout here, and we'll come back. It is a 18-point ball game right now. We'll come back. We'll break it all down. We'll give you the first half stats. You're listening and watching Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout, and we'll come back on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Caring for those you love also means taking good care of yourself. At Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, our healthcare providers take the time to identify your health risks and help you prioritize good health. Regular checkups and age-appropriate screenings are important to be healthy now and stay well in the future. With same or next day appointments and online scheduling, we make it easy to make an appointment right now. You can even see us from the comfort of your own home via telehealth. Put your health first today by making an appointment by visiting pbrmc.com and searching online scheduling.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500. Want a career and not just another job? It's waiting for you at Briggs & Stratton. Great pay, great benefits, and continuing education. Everything you and your family deserve. Go to careers.basco.com and look at Poplar Bluff job openings.
We've got about 7:40 left to go here in the halftime. They're doing a game on the court right now, and looks like I'm not sure who's winning, but it looks like it's a really intense ball game. Mules are down by 18 points.
Yes, Frankie, the name of the book is Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You? And that's Dr. Seuss. I made that reference earlier.
Gotcha.
I thought I was right. My daughter, Kate, was quick to text me and tell me what it was. I remember reading that to her as a child. And I knew when you said Mr. Brown, whatever you said, I thought, that reminds me of something. And that's what it was, Dr. Seuss. Good old Dr. Seuss.
Well, let's talk about how the Mules here in the first half has broken this game down. Dyersburg right now, they are shooting 42%, 15 out of 36, 2 of 8 from behind the arc, 6 of 9 free throw line, 16 rebounds, John, 8 assists, 7 of those offensive rebounds, 8 steals here in that first half. They are led in scoring by Jalen Brown at 9 points, 5 rebounds. Braden Turnage, 8 points so far in the ball game. 7 by Ace Mahaffey and 6 points by Malik Macklin. And then from there, 6 points also by Ryan Lowrance. And there is your points right now for this team out of Dyersburg. By the way, you get this right, I'll buy you a steak dinner tonight after the game. How many turnovers does Dyersburg have in the first half?
3.
You don't get a steak? 1.
1? Wow.
1 turnover so far in the first half. The Mules, on the other hand, they are shooting 9 of 18 at 50% so far. 2 of 6 from the free throw line, rather. 0 of 2 on the free throw line or 3-point line. 14 rebounds, 2 offensive rebounds, 5 assists, no steals. Any idea how many turnovers the Mules have?
12.
There, you saw it on my screen.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you're
you
right.
said 8 earlier. They had 40,
Okay.
so we were doing the math, and I thought since then they turned it over 4 times in about 10 seconds. Cost them 8 points.
Darius Graham with 12 points here in the first half. Out of the team's 20 thus far. From there, the scoring really drops off. 2 points each by Brendan Durden, Gavin Rivers. Also 4 points by Isaiah Neville. And that's it. That is all of our scoring right there in the first half.
It's a little bit worrisome, Frankie. You know, we watched these games. We watched them a lot the last couple of years, and this game is troubling to me. I think what we're doing, we've tried to implement a half-court, like a motion offense halfway through the year, and our team, you know, we're not adjusting to that very well at all. We're more of a run up and down team, and I think you may have to just cut them loose and say, try to outrun this team and just go back to what we've done before, and that is athleticism, speed, quickness, and attempts, and try to get some points. I don't like it doesn't feel right. We started the first quarter pretty well, came out intense, had a little bit of a lead. We're going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, man, the wheels just came off. That last couple of minutes of that second quarter, I don't know that we've had as bad a stretch yet when it comes to the other team. They hung, 8, 9 points on us in less than a minute at the close out the half, and that's not something you want to see. And I don't know what that is. It seems like our intensity level just kind of breaks, and then we just sort of stand flat-footed and let it happen. Now, that being said, this team has the capabilities to come back. There's no question about it. Dyersburg, pretty good team, but they don't have any real scores on the team. I think we just got to come out and punch them in the mouth. I was reminded of that old quote from the great theologian Mike Tyson, who re-quoted it, said everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
Absolutely.
So we need to come out the second half and punch them in the mouth.
We're going to go to a quick timeout. We'll come right back with about 5 minutes until the second half. You're watching Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we're getting ready now for second half action. Poplar Bluff right now find themselves down 38-20. And we'll see how the second half comes out as Poplar Bluff. It was an extended halftime, by the way. You're up by 18 points, extended halftime. I have to tend to believe that may favor Poplar Bluff because it gave them a little bit more extra time to get ready for the second half and kind of get themselves in check. And I'm telling you, I know we're down by 18 points, but we seem to always make a good run in the second half.
Yeah, it's one of those things you just hope they didn't get too far down. We've talked about this the last several games, that every possession matters, that every point matters, that at the end of a game when you make that run and you get back within 4 or 6, if you could just have one of those buckets back earlier in the game, and that's a teachable moment to these kids to understand that even when the wheels are falling off, if you can just slow it down a little, it may very well get you back where you need to be. I want to see Gavin Rivers take control here. I want to see Gavin get hot, hit a couple of threes, and do what he does.
Absolutely. We are now underway. Mules switch sides, and they are going now from left to right on your radio and TV screen. We'll see what the Mules can do on the first possession. This one goes out of bounds. It'll be last touched by the Trojans, and the Mules will retain. 7:45 to go here in the third quarter. Gavin Rivers now. Mules down by a buttload. Down by 18.
Is that official? That's official news word there, a buttload. Yeah, I wouldn't. They call offensive on that?
Offensive, yep. Offensive on, I believe, Preston Moore.
Well, yeah, I mean, we got that's pretty good. I guess you could say that on the air. I'm a little reluctant sometimes because I don't know all the rules and I don't want to get you in trouble. But some words come to mind here and there. I have to think, no, I'll go down the list and pick a different word.
You had that deer in the headlights look when I said that, too.
I thought, did he say that? Did I hear that right? No, it's like I heard it right. Oh, well, that was a good rebound outlet by Jack.
All right, fine. Let's do this. Down by a bungle. How about that?
Yes, a bungle. We're down by, more than a couple.
We're down by more than one, less than 17.
Oh, Lord.
Or more than 18, less than 17.
That was a reasonable series right there. Jack got the rebound with the quick. He's good with the quick outlet to Preston. And Preston, those guys are playing. Gets down the court, makes a free throw. All these free throws matter. And if anything, they should be able to make their free throws.
Preston Moore makes the first one, and he makes the second one. Nice. 38-22 now, the score, down by 16.
He's not going to lay down.
No. By the way, the Mules were outscored. Mules outscored the Trojans 14-11 first quarter. Second quarter, it was all of the Trojans at 27-6.
And really, a lot of it was just the last minute.
Darius Graham with the running floater, a quick 4-0 run.
Yep.
And we're going to get a timeout here. We're coming back. We're down by 2 touchdowns now.
Yeah, we just get it down under 10. But yeah, the thing about that second quarter, it was mostly the last minute and a half when it just completely unraveled. The last 55 seconds was an 8-point deal.
I don't believe this. I do not believe this.
What are we getting, Frankie?
Andy Moore, there are 2 teams known for second half performances. Poplar Bluff Mules. I think he meant to say Kentucky Wildcats, but he said Kansas Jayhawks instead.
Well, the Jayhawks, as much as I hate the Jayhawks, they're kind of a first half team and a second half team, to be honest with you. Now, you should go to a home Missouri game. You could hear it very well. They play Mr. Brightside there at the home games.
Yes, they do.
It comes across loud and clear on the SEC network, and it's a great thing that the Missouri fans do. Great place to see a game when they're winning.
I think the current score right now, 38-24, as we see a three-point basket by Mahaffey is no good. Long three-point basket was no good, but somehow Brown, offensive rebound. I was going to say this 38-24 score is going to be the final score. Mark it down that I said this. Final score on Sunday, Jags 38, Chiefs 24.
A team of destiny. Jags, they got that guy with the hair, right? That quarterback.
Yeah, they sure do. Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence, yeah, he's the hair guy. Well, there's a few of those hair guys, but he has exceptional hair. Not that I would notice such a thing.
I tried to get long hair once, and the wife says I didn't marry a girl. Three-point basket is no good by Gavin Rivers.
Come on, there we go.
Good rebound there by the Mules.
Get a three ball right here, yes.
There you go. Big
there we go,
three
gentlemen.
ball.
Get it down, get it down. There we go.
So Mules now, once again, at 40-27 the score.
Not a terrible foul, but we got to play defense with our feet right there. This number 0, whatever his name is, you'll know it, Frankie. He's a good player. He mixes it up. He moves well with the ball, goes to the hole, but to block him out, stop him. Take a charge from that guy, and then hope you can walk.
So Jack Scott gets called for the foul a moment ago for Poplar Bluff. And we're going to see Torrance Williams coming in the ball game now for Jack Scott. 40-27 the score, 13-point game right now. That's what the Mules need.
It's doable.
Mules need something to get back in this ball game.
Yeah.
Makes one out of 2 there.
Not a bad foul.
Not a bad foul at all. 5:52 to play here in the third quarter. Good move. Oh, what a good job by Durden inside to a wide open Torrance Williams. 41-29 the score.
Got to get in front of this.
Uh-oh. Hung on the rim a little bit. He got fouled in the process as Turnage is going to get the foul.
This would be a good time to run your 2 bigs, I think. They got 0, 20, and 34.
If I ever got the opportunity, Torrance Williams, by the way, picks up foul number 3. If I ever got the opportunity to interview Braden Turnage, I would ask him, what's it like to be referred to as 6'7" and a half?
That extra half. Is that barefoot? Is that with socks? Is that with socks and shoes? Is that with the haircut?
42,
extra half,
but
get a hair deal with that.
43-29 the score.
I have a lot of questions about this half.
I have a lot of questions. Torrance Williams going to get it to Brendan Durden. Durden now from the elbow knocks it down. Give him 7 points here in the ball game.
Yeah, Durden's coming alive. I like to see that.
He's a good all-around player.
He is, and when he gets hot, you know, and this team, when they get going, they can really do some damage, but they're going to have to play defense.
Jalen Brown going to get fouled by Gavin Rivers. Already 4 team fouls here in the second half by the Mules.
Yeah, I don't know. Defensively, we're not. We got to get some stops. It's okay to score some points, but we got to get a few stops, Frank. I'm no mathematician here, but
Jalen Brown again, free throw just hits the front end. As we're going to see David Durbin in the ball game now for Gavin Rivers.
This Mr. Brown, I kind of want to see his birth certificate. I think he's about 24. Does he not look about 24? I mean, you know.
I wish I looked younger as well.
Yeah, true. Just saying.
8 o'clock, 8:07 here on the, what'd you call it, the East Coast?
We're on the East Coast of the Big Muddy.
You and I got a chance to hang out in Joplin on a Saturday or Friday night.
Oh, that was fun.
That was a lot of fun. Torrance Williams inside the paint. Good dish by the Mules and give them 2 more. Mules are hanging in there, John. Only down by 11.
Yeah, they're hanging in. Yeah, no, we made the best of that 9:30 p.m. start.
Yes, we did.
For a game.
I come crawling in at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Well, the Waffle House was still going.
Oh, 3-point basket by Macklin there. That's a dagger for the Mules. 47-33 now the score.
You make a good run back, and then you have that.
Torrance Williams now one-on-one with Turnage. Free throw line. Nice. You betcha. Good move by Torrance Williams there. That looked really pretty going up.
Good touch.
Still down by 12.
It's doable.
Very doable. Brown works it out. Good job by Durden. Nearly had a steal. This kid plays so hard every play.
This guy's going to dribble it till he turns it over.
Jalen Brown nearly turned it over. Wide open 3 by Maffey is no good. But there is the offensive rebound by.
Long rebound.
So now Brown goes inside. We're going to get a whistle and a foul coming up. This one might be on Darius Graham. Not sure if it's on Darius or Torrance. Maybe neither one. It's going to be on Durden.
That was a good foul. They were getting ready to make a layup there. That helped us, actually.
I was 0 for 3 on that one. Gavin Rivers in the ball game now for David Durbin.
Eventually you get there, Frank.
Eventually I'll find somebody. So now the Mules quickly on defense again. Mahaffey there. near the free throw line. Pull-up jumper. Yep, that's a good shot there by Mahaffey. He's got 11. Back to a 2-touchdown lead. Mules turn it over again.
Yeah, takes so much effort.
Lowrance, blocking foul coming up. I believe it's going to be on Roberson. If it's on Roberson, that's number 4. And now that's team foul number 6, and we're going to put Dyersburg now in the bonus.
That's tough with 3:30 in the third. Man, that's a lot of fouls.
A lot of fouls.
Takes so much effort to try to come back from an 18-point deficit. Wear you out.
First free throw is up, and it's good. He's got 7 points now in the ball game. We're going to see coming in Isaiah Neville. Also back in the ball game, Preston Moore, as Brendan Durden will take a seat with 7 points and 2 rebounds. 50-35 the score. Lowrance makes them both, and I've always said the first one to 50. 51-35, Mules down by 16. The Mules, by the way, they've outscored Dyersburg 15-13 in this half. But the Mules have been unable to do much.
Yeah, they got to get in front of that guy.
Brown.
That's, I would have a hard time coaching because I would lose what little hair I've got left on a deal like that. That guy just went coast to coast. Nobody stopped him.
3:08 to play here in the third quarter. It is a 53-35 game. It's going to be a foul coming up on McClin, rather. That's his third. Only the second team foul here in this half by the Trojans. First one by Darius Graham. He's got 15 points, a very quiet 15 points. McClin takes a seat, and Carison Thomas is in the ball game now. Darius Graham again at free throw line. It's no good. Rebounded by Lowrance. Lowrance going to drive outside to Thomas for 3. Money, his first bucket of the ball game. 56-36 now. It is a 20-point game. Biggest lead of the ball game now for the Trojans out of Dyersburg.
These Trojans are sneaky, Frankie. They just wear you down and get a lead, and then there you go. It's frustrating because I feel like we could play with this team, but for some reason we're not.
Gavin Rivers' shot is no good, but Preston Moore is able to follow through on the second opportunity. He's got 2 points now. It's back to an 18-point game. On the other end, nobody blocks out. Jalen Brown wide open. Give him 2 more points.
Well, Jalen Brown is really hurting us tonight. He's a good player.
Yes, he is. And
here
he goes
again. Yeah, he's going to do it again right here. No, he passed
good move to Thomas, and it's going to go off the fingertips of Thomas. There's a turnover there. Rare turnover by the Trojans, and Timon Harvey going to come in for Brown. Brown 15 points and 8 rebounds.
Well, he's got a good 15. It seems like about 30. Good player.
I will say the Mules here in this ball game, they've got 15 turnovers here so far.
Well, that's a start.
Brendan Durden, his shot is up and no good. And we're going to get a whistle here and a foul coming up.
Foul number 34, Brandon Turnish. Second foul, team foul number 30.
Our undefeated streak in Tennessee is in jeopardy, Frankie.
In jeopardy.
Take a little bit of effort here.
Durden with 7 points here in the ball game. Up, and it's good. 6-3 is the foul situation right now, as Dallas Williams in the ball game for Poplar Bluff.
Good to see Dallas getting some minutes. Got a bright future. Athletic, tall kid.
It is now 58-40. So Dallas Williams is in the ball game now. Him and Torrance. Thomas's shot is going to go all the way around the rim. It's no good. And we're going to get a whistle here. It's going to go out of bounds, I believe, and the Mules will have it.
tough stretch, you know. It's one of those things you don't want to lose the locker room. You don't want these kids to throw up their hands for the season.
Oh, good job by Durden. Nearly had a turnover there. Well, I will tell you, next week is going to be pretty tough for Poplar Bluff in terms of the fact that we've got 2 big SEMO conference games coming up next week. And we're going to see Darius Graham on the steal. Goes up. It's no good, but a foul going to be called. I was going to say next week on Tuesday, as long as we're not impacted by snow, we've got homecoming coming up on Tuesday against Kennett. Kennett has really improved this year. And then a week from tonight, Tim and I, you're going to be bailing out on us. We're going to be going to Cape Girardeau for a big game against Cape Central.
Shock the world.
By the way, Cape Central, they are ranked number 1 in Class 5. And
For now.
Undefeated.
For now. We get a hold of them. Yeah, homecoming on a Tuesday, which is kind of unique. And then I guess the homecoming dance is on Thursday, which is also unique. I'm not sure what that is. Some kind of hippie deal, I think.
Darius Graham with a big steal, slips inside the paint, throws up the shot. It's no good. Rebounded by Thomas. And we're going to get, nope, it's going to go out of bounds. And a turnover there on Mahaffey. It's going to go right back to the Mules now.
But I would encourage everybody to come out homecoming Tuesday night. Come see your Mules play at home. It's always good to be at home.
I know that you're not going to be there Tuesday, or you will?
I'll be there Tuesday. I should be. If the creeks don't rise. If I get out of Dyersburg, I may get lost overheating this popcorn.
Boy, Lowrance. Rebounded by Williams.
Lowrance.
This team plays very fast.
They do. And they got some athletic kids. About 3 of them can do anything they want.
35 seconds and counting.
They just
Here
pound
in the
you.
third. Kevin Rivers for 3.
There we
knocks
go.
it down. That's a big shot.
Now we need about 6 more of those.
4-point game, or 14-point game rather. And we've got a whistle and a foul, and Coach Durden is not happy with the call. I'm not sure if he's mad at Gavin Rivers on that or if he's mad at the official. And that's going to be 17 fouls for the Mules, and that's going to put a 1-and-1 now the rest of the way. They're going to call that last foul on Gavin Rivers, by the way. So Rivers with his 3rd personal foul.
Giving the Mules number 33, Jack Scott.
And we're going to see Torrance Williams taking a seat in the ball game now is Jack Scott.
I think now's the time Jack needs to cut loose and just start dominating offensively.
I want to see a dunk.
Hang about 30 in a quarter.
Hey, we can do it.
He's been holding out.
Gavin Rivers now gets the rebound on the missed free throw opportunity. Dallas Williams, shot in the corner is no good. Isaiah Neville, though, with an offensive rebound. And he will draw the foul in the process. Team foul number 5 now for the Trojans.
Foul number 3, Thomas. Team foul number 5.
So Thomas going to pick up the foul. Isaiah Neville.
What do we wait for free throws tonight, Frankie?
We are tonight 8 of 15 at 53%.
Look at there, we're getting better. 53.
Preston Moore going to come in for Darius Graham.
It's hard to maintain right at 50, which we've done all year. I mean, that takes some effort. See, we're getting about 53.2 now.
58-45. This game has not gone the way the Mules have wanted it, but we're only down by 13 points. Good job by Isaiah Neville. Mahaffey there gets a little bit free. Lowrance on the release, it's no good. So we have played 3. Mules are down by 13 points. It'll belong to the Trojans. When we come back, you're watching live coverage of Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Christian Automotive and Tire. Quality name brand tires that you know and trust. They also have ASE certified mechanics that have the training, tools, and knowledge to fix your vehicle right the first time. Business 67 South in Poplar Bluff. Eye Care Specialists is committed to the protection and the preservation of the precious gift of sight. Nothing is more important than your eyesight. That's the way the doctors of Eye Care Specialists see it.
Protecting your toys are just as important as protecting your daily driver.
All right,
First
so we
Choice
are back
Insurance
as we
can
get
help
set
find the
for
coverage for your
the
ATVs,
fourth quarter.
boats, and
Mules
campers.
right now still down at 58-45. Tim Simpson says, we need a good old Jaguar fourth quarter comeback. I'll attest to that.
It could happen, Frankie. I got faith. Here we are in a foreign land in exotic western Tennessee. And Mules have the capabilities, man. We just got to string together a whole lot of points rather quickly.
We really do. All right, so now the Trojans get the inbound there on Malik Macklin will get the inbound from Jalen Brown. His shot is no good, but, man, the follow-up is there by Turnage, and that's one thing the Mules cannot afford to do is keep giving up the buckets like that, especially on the offensive boards.
Man, I got to put a body on somebody, block them out, man. Shot goes up, find somebody.
Brendan Durden could not hang on to it, and on the other end, luckily for the Mules, the Trojans missed that opportunity there. Darius Graham, his shot is no good.
Oof.
Going to go out of bounds and last touched by the Trojans.
These Trojans.
No, they're going to say it was last touched by the Mules. I thought they were saying that they're going to get together.
Yeah.
At one point, it was the Mules' ball. They come in, one official overruled the other.
Yeah, he spiked number one for the Trojans. Spiked it off of Preston, I think, going out, or maybe
I
whoever
believe
it was.
they're going to overturn it again and go to the Mules.
I think it
Yes,
was.
okay.
Yeah, I think he was already out of bounds when he did that.
You owe me $5.
Those refs are talking about what they're going to eat later. Who's driving?
They're talking about drinking red milk on Sunday.
Yeah, they're going to get some of that red velvet milk.
Maybe going to be blue velvet before it's all said and done. Don't count out the Jags.
Jaguar milk, man. That's where it's at.
Can't count out the Jags. Tim understands what I'm talking about. Tim Simpson, he knows. 7:10 to go in the ball game. Shot is up and no good. Oh, Brown.
Zero.
Wide. Oh, what a block by Torrance Williams.
Oh, yeah, he changed the light bulb while he did
yes,
that.
Yes, he did.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, a block on the other end.
We're having a block off.
I like it.
Yeah, that's exciting. I mean, there's a couple of nice swats. But I think Torrance can out-jump this 34, even with the extra half inch. I think Torrance could take him on a jump off.
So now Darius Graham gets it to Durden for three. This one is no good.
Good look.
Good move. Oop. Oh, another block as Darius Graham.
Stay with it, buddy. There it is. Good work. Good hustle. Stayed with it.
So Graham with 18 points here in the ball game.
Graham's had a good game. He has had a good game. Man, we just had that break. We had a 2-minute letdown at the end of the first half that cost us at least 8-9 points.
Yep.
Couple of free throws and we're back in it, and that's you got a teachable moment, man. You can't just fall apart like that.
I wonder, I haven't got a text message to confirm or deny, but I wonder if my son's dropping 20 tonight in his ball game.
He's probably D'ing up, right?
He's probably on the bench right now.
He may have allergic reaction to that defense. He's probably got a rash.
He may have had something. Got that butt busted if he ain't careful.
What's that, a 5th grade? Is he 5th grade?
He's 6th grade.
6th grade.
Yep.
That's a good age. It's all downhill after that.
I think it went downhill last year. Torrance Williams picks up his 4th foul. On the free throw line now is Brown, 15 points, make it 16.
The renowned Mr. Brown. That's another Mr. Brown. That's a recipe for a Boston butt. The renowned Mr. Brown.
Second free throw coming up here. First one is 65. May be your winner tonight. We still got some time, 62-47.
Plenty of time, Frankie. 6 minutes, anything can happen. Literally anything can happen. The lights could go out.
Tim may cut the feed.
All right. Where's the breaker in this building?
Where's your caramel popcorn at?
Well, it's right over here. It's good stuff too. You want some?
No, I don't. I'm good.
The interesting thing, it's not like you would think caramel corn is. It's pretty subtle. Good smell, and there's just a few kernels that it's good, man. We need to figure this out. Maybe I'll cash it all in and just get into the caramel corn business.
How many bags have you had of that tonight?
Just one. Graf showed great restraint, Frankie.
I call baloney on that
Great
one.
restraint. I am the poster boy for restraint when it comes to eating.
Is your wife listening right now, or is she watching?
She probably about to send me a text.
That's a lie. I've seen at least 2 bags.
I'm very, very careful with my calories.
Oh, good job by Gavin Rivers. Rivers nearly had a steal there. Mules still are not giving up. There's a turnover there by McClin.
How many turnovers we got now? We haven't had as many second half.
We've got 17 for the ball game, 5 in this half.
That's not bad. We're getting better.
Yeah, but if you multiply that by 5, it's a lot of push-ups.
That's true.
I probably couldn't even do 10 of them right now. My arms are already shaking like jello thinking about it. Durden gets it to Darius Graham. Graham goes up and count it in, the foul. Boy, the Mules needed that one.
So we get it down to 12 with 5 minutes. That's doable.
That's 13 right now.
It will be when he makes this free throw.
Okay.
I guarantee it, Frankie. I guarantee you he makes this free throw.
Ooh.
I will go on record right now. You can go ahead and put it on the scoreboard if you want.
Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. Hang on. Because you said it. It's on the scoreboard right now. 62 to 50.
There we go. He's got it. 12-point game.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Okay. All right.
There we go.
All right.
I'm going to go buy a lottery ticket on the way out of here. Feel lucky now.
Oh, boy.
12 points, 5 minutes. That's doable.
What would you have done if you'd have missed that shot?
He wasn't going to.
Here we go, Darius.
No dunk it. Just get it. There. Ooh.
Go block, and no, it's going to be a foul. Should be a foul.
Well, it reminds me a little bit of the Wednesday night game where Missouri, unfortunately, sad
to beat
the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Let's have fun with this now. Am I going to put 2 more points on the board before it happens? Put it 1.
1.
All right.
He'll make this.
He missed the first one.
He doesn't want to mess up our season average.
Okay.
We got to keep it close to 50.
I got it 62-51. That's not the current score, by the way, but
he's going to make this one.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
So yeah, I hated to see Missouri come back from 10 points and 4 minutes left in the game the other night and beat Arkansas. I mean, I hate it for them. Hate it for Arkansas. But you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. Can't win them all, right, Frankie?
No, you can't. Let me switch gears on you for a moment and tell you that our sponsors here this season include Taco John's. Also being brought to you by Briggs & Stratton, Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, Christian Automotive and Tire, Patriot Auto Glass, Poplar Bluff Regional Medical Center, and being brought to you by First Choice Insurance. It's only an 11-point game right now, and there's still 5 minutes to go. I think if the Mules can figure out a way, John, to get this ball game down to maybe 7 minutes or 7 points, maybe 8-7 points by the 4-minute mark, we're going to be back in business.
Yeah, we got it. It's going to turn on the defense at this point. We've got to get stops. It's not going to be enough just to trade baskets. We've got to get stops on defense, and we cannot let Dyersburg get more than one shot on the offensive end. We've got to block them out, get the rebound, and then hold on to the ball, and then score a bunch of points, and we'll be fine, Frankie. Is that too much to ask for? I don't think it is. I think it's a reasonable ask.
I think you are 100% correct. I've got no doubts about it.
We don't need threes. Plenty of time. We get it down to about 6, and Dyersburg will get nervous. They'll start sweating. They'll get a little tight.
I'm already nervous. By the way, make sure and hit that share button for us on social media here tonight. 62-51. Big possession right now coming up. Both teams are in the bonus. Possession arrow does favor Poplar Bluff.
Zeros killed us all night.
Oh, good move. Oh, got it right back, and he scores.
Mr. Brown, the kid can play. Got blocked, stayed in the game, got the steal, and got the lay-in.
Oh, good move on the other end for the Mules.
Let's get a stop here, guys. Come on.
Still up by 11 now.
Oh, that's the pass we should have had. A lob.
Boy, Neville on the other
end.
There we go.
David Durbin with
there
the steal.
You go.
All right, gentlemen.
Darius Graham thought about it. Oh, he's going to be taken away, pickpocketed by McLean. Brown goes the other direction and scores 2 more, 66-53. Three-point basket, that's good by Gavin Rivers. He's got 8 points. And now it's a 10-point ball game. 3-point basket by McLean is no good, but the offensive rebounding is really hurting the Mules right now.
I couldn't do it. I could never be a coach.
Timeout called. It's a full timeout.
That was rough, Frankie. Nobody blocked that guy out. Terrible shot, 3-ball, way off. Dyersburg guy just right there for the lay-in. That might very well do it.
Mules take a timeout here, and they've got 2 left here in the ball game. Dyersburg has 3. We'll step away for 30 seconds. We'll be back. You're watching a live coverage of Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. We are back, and Lee Wallace says, are you guys from Missouri? I am proudly from Missouri, Lee. I think, if I'm not mistaken, my good buddy John Scott, you're from Arkansas, right?
Thought you were going to say Kansas.
Oh, gotcha.
No, I'm Missouri through and through.
Through and through, he says. 68-56 to score. Mules down by 12, down by a dozen. There's another steal by Turnage.
Yeah, we can beat Nashville in 2.5 hours, Frankie. We just take this show on the road.
That's right.
I've always wanted to be a big-time country singer.
Torrance Williams, give him 2 more. Still a 10-point ball game again. So Torrance Williams down by 10 points here. Mahaffey now. Thought about taking a 3. He steps out of bounds and a turnover. Mules have it now with 3:06 to go in the ball game. Still down by 10. By the way, the Mules are shooting 49%, 28 rebounds to 27. But the Mules, it's been turnovers, 19 in the ball game, only 7 in this half. Brendan Durden shot hits the rim there. It's no good. Rebounded by Mahaffey. And we're going to get a whistle here and a foul coming up on the Mules. Coach Durden is not happy either.
Great movie, Frankie, called Jackpot, where these guys go around. There's a secret. You may not know this. You may, though. This is kind of in your business. A secret underworld of karaoke competitions. Great movie called Jackpot, where they go around and they sing karaoke on the underground circuit. I think that's what we may need to do. Take this show on the road.
You want to start singing karaoke?
I think it's underground. You get big prize money if you get in the big deal. It's like Vegas or somewhere where they have the world championship, much like our cheerleaders are competing down in Dallas. And the funny thing in the movie, the song everybody wants to sing is The Grand Tour by George Jones. That's the one everybody wants to use, and you have to get there early to get your song, because once somebody else sings it, they won't let you sing it. Anyway, just thought I'd throw that in there for our your loyal listeners.
Well, on
Tuesday
when we have homecoming, you're going to be singing us a show tune.
Do a little karaoke. I may need a filter or something to run that through, but
Mules down by 10 points.
Yeah, I mean we had a shot, but unfortunately, I think we're not going to get there.
3-point basket coming up, and bang. Lawrence, that's a big 3-pointer.
Lawrence can play the game, but Brown's the one that killed us. He's the one that held it together for him. He's a good player. One of those players that can do it all. Big and strong, quick, smart.
3-point basket coming up. It is good.
There we go. They're kind of a late in the half team. They come alive with 2 minutes to go in both halves.
76-60.
They're going to score 85 on us.
Torrance Williams on the other end, counted, and the foul. He's got 10 points. So having a little bit of issue with our scoreboard here, so bear with me here.
Frankie, were you the homecoming queen at Twin Rivers?
I would not be the homecoming queen. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
I'm just curious.
That is inaccurate. That's false news.
I think somebody told me you were the homecoming queen.
I think somebody was lying.
Yeah, runner-up. It was stolen. They got to recount the votes. Yeah, they had some mail-in ballots that got you there at the end.
Okay, so it is 76-63 is the correct score. 10-point game.
Yeah, that guy, Brown. What's Brown got, 25?
Yep. 76-63. Now the scoreboard is correct. We had a little issue there, but everything looks to be like it should now. 1:28 to go here in the ball game. And that's going to be the 5th foul on Torrance Williams. He has just fouled out. Are you humming to Hit the Road, Jack? Is that what you're doing?
That's what they're doing. They're playing it.
No, you're humming it.
I am humming it, and they're playing it. They're playing it over the loudspeaker. Their PA guy. They're intimidating. That's a microaggression, Frankie. That's what that is. What's this guy got, 25?
21.
21, 22. Make it 22. He's got to seem like more than that to me.
Well, you know what? You're right. He's got 24, my apologies. 79-63. And we're going to
I knew it. See, Frankie, I pay attention.
Well, we had an issue with the scoreboard, so I had to fix it real fast.
Yeah, I know when you got like 7 things going, you're juggling a chainsaw and running the scoreboard and watching the game and all that. Sometimes it's hard to keep track of it all.
Well, right now, I'm happy to say on the foul situation there by Lowrance, that's his 4th. I was going to say that I just got a text message from the wife, and she tells me that Chance is doing really well in his ball game. He is doing very well on defense.
Well, that is good.
He probably got tired of sitting the bench.
Yeah, there's usually a solution for that. Uh-oh.
I told him, get your, another 3-point basket by Harvey.
Yeah, these guys, they're not, that was Jack. He didn't put a hand up even.
Darius Graham, turnover there by the Mules. On the other end, Harvey goes inside. It's no good. Rebounded by Jack Scott. On the other end, it's taken away. Mules going to get it right back.
We're good at.
And we're going to get a whistle here and a foul coming up.
We're good on, there's whatever the stat would be for how fast you can get the ball and turn it over. Like, and I don't mean that. I'm not being bad. I'm asking the question. It would be interesting because we will get a turnover, great defensive stand, block shot, rebound, whatever it is. Good, legitimate basketball play. We get the ball, and we will turn it over. And that would be an interesting stat to see what portion of a second it takes us to turn it over, because we do that a lot, man. We'll get the ball, and then we'll turn it right back over. And that's a frustrating thing because you go from a positive to a negative, and by then you're usually already back on the wrong end of the court. So when you turn it over, they're going to shoot a layup. And we saw Ledoux do that time and time again the other night.
So Isaiah Neville gets 1 out of 2.
Or maybe it was Jackson, whoever it was. So it costs you a turnover and a layup, and you go from, it's a 4-point swing.
So a timeout called here by the Trojans. 82-66 is the score. By the way, coming up, our next ball game will be on Tuesday night in Poplar Bluff. It'll be homecoming night. Mules will take on the Kennett Indians. We will live stream the entire homecoming festivities for you. Probably also will live stream the final quarter of the JV game as well. We'll do that. That's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, JV team plays hard.
They do.
That game the other night at Jackson was really a good game.
It was.
Game tonight quite as much. I just caught the very tail end of that. I got mesmerized by that popcorn out there. And I was trying to figure it out. By the time I got in here, the game was almost over. I do like the Dyersburg court. The gym, it's not great for my taste, but the floor is nice. It's a very nice floor. It looks good. It's bright. It kind of looks like Kennett too, that if it was a K instead of a D, it would be just like a big D out there on the court. It looks just like Donovan.
So now the Mules here are poised to go to 6-9 here on this season. And Poplar Bluff, the game will come to an end as Poplar Bluff, both teams, men's and the women's here tonight, are going to fall. Final score is 82-66 is the score. We're going to go for a quick timeout. We'll come right back and we'll wrap it up here tonight as the Mules fall tonight to the Dyersburg Trojans. Mules now go to 6-9 on the season. We'll be back. You're listening and watching Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are back here as the game comes to an end. The Mules fall tonight by a final score of 82-66. And Dyersburg outscored the Mules, or I should say the Mules outscored Dyersburg 14-11 there in the first quarter. And then Dyersburg outscored the Mules 27-6 in that second quarter, much like the game against Jackson where the Mules scored 1 point. Dyersburg took advantage and had a big swing, a 21-point swing in that second quarter, outscoring them 27-6. Third quarter, Mules outscored them 25-20. And then Dyersburg outscored the Mules at 24-21 in that fourth quarter. 82-66 was the score. The Mules, by the way, as they scored, or I should say the Mules rather, they shot the ball fairly well, believe it or not, 50% overall, 24 out of 48. They did have the biggest problem the Mules had here tonight. It was the fact the Mules had 20 turnovers in this game, and that really is one of, if not the biggest difference, and it comes down to the rebounding as well. Mules had issues all night long when it comes to for the rebounding and, of course, those turnovers. And up until the second or the fourth quarter, Mules were really unable to do anything as far as forcing Dyersburg into any costly turnovers, and that hurt the Mules down the stretch.
Absolutely it did, Frankie, and the turnovers kill you, and we've had that problem several games this year. One of the things that's concerning to me, that's going forward with the team is it seems like we don't have some of that mental toughness that we've had in years past. The team plays very well. We have good runs. I think we came out first quarter, had a good first quarter. Everybody played well.
Absolutely.
And then we have a breakdown, and then it just comes unraveled, and we go from doing pretty well to doing abysmally. Abysmally, is that right?
That's
abysmal.
Right.
For a stretch, and it cost us a lot of points. We got clobbered at the end of the first half, about a 12-point swing there at the end. And then at the end of this second half, same kind of a deal. We just have those letdowns, and that's something we haven't seen the last several years and something we didn't see earlier this season. I'm not sure what that is, but hopefully we'll be able to correct that, flush this one, start a new season over, get back across the river, back into the homeland, back over. I don't want to say civilization because that's not right, but get back over there and getting back to some familiar foes that we play.
Absolutely.
And we're going to get tested. You know, Kennett's not going to be a slouch. They're going to come in. We're going to have to do our best to beat them, and then it's on to Cape.
It really is. And looking at the final numbers for the Mules here tonight, Darius Graham, a big night for him, 22 points overall, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. And then from there you look at where the scoring broke down at 9 points by Brendan Durden, 8 points each, Isaiah Neville and by Gavin Rivers. By the way, Isaiah Neville, 3 rebounds. Rivers had 4 rebounds. Oh, by the way, Torrance Williams, 2 Mules players, starting 5 in double figures. Torrance had 11 points, 4 rebounds. And then from there, it was 4 points each by Preston Durden, also by Marlon Hitman-Roberson. And that was all of our points here tonight. 2 starters in double figures. Darius Graham, 22-11 by Torrance Williams. And the Mules officially will fall to 6-9 on the season now. And like you alluded to a moment ago, it's not going to get much easier for the Mules because Poplar Bluff, their luck will, or I should say their hard schedule is going to continue coming up next week. We've got Kennett on Tuesday, and I want to tell you, Kennett's not going to be an easy win for the Mules. I mean, they've gotten really good, even though it is homecoming for the Mules. And you got to hope that maybe the Mules are going to be able to pull out that victory coming up on Tuesday. It's not going to be a guaranteed win for the Mules on Tuesday. They're going to have to come and ready to play, obviously. We'll see how that transpires. And then coming up a week from tonight, we're going to be live over in Cape Girardeau because that's going to be a big game. And these 2 games are CMO Conference. And obviously the Mules right now 0-1 in the conference, and they want to change that.
Yeah, and, you know, that's the good thing about it is we're not too far down in the conference and we can make our move. We just need to right the ship, and I'm not sure what the answer to that is. We're trying to run that half-court offense, and it's not really working. It may be time just to say, you know what, guys, let's go back to what we used to do, and that is just run wild. We're not going to have any more turnovers, I don't think. So we might as well just cut them loose and let them do what they do. But, yeah, you know, you see a team like Kennett coming in. They've got a little bit of momentum, a little bit on the upswing. And then we're sort of in a downward spiral that hopefully we can bottom out. And these kids are going to just hopefully be loose, come out and play, you know. I mean, every game is a game to play for. Every possession is a possession to play for. At some point, you got to just play for right then, right now. And that's where we are in this season. Plenty of time to right the ship.
Even though that the team may not be going the way, or I should say, the way that the season's going right now, I still like this team. I have a lot of respect for this team. And like you said a moment ago, we still have some time to turn it around. The season's not over by a long shot.
Absolutely. It reminds me a couple of years ago, we had a stretch kind of like this, lost like 6 or 7 out of the last 10 in the season. And then what do? We go up and win districts. And then we win another game, and we give Chaminade all they want on our home floor. So this team has the talent. It has the athletic ability. We have the pieces to get on a streak. And, you know, I would rather lose early in the season than lose late. So I feel like we can turn around, get there, and make a run at some point.
So you're going to be here on Tuesday, I believe, correct?
I think so, unless, like I say, if the good Lord wills and the creek don't rise, I'll be there.
All right, so we got homecoming coming up on Tuesday. Should be a lot of fun coming up. We'll play Kennett. And that's always a big-time matchup whenever these 2 schools hook up, just because of the fact that throw the records out the window because those records don't mean anything. So we'll see what happens coming up when that game gets underway on Tuesday. And by the way, Tuesday is it is our homecoming, and that just means one thing, that we are going to be going a little bit earlier because of all that. We'll have the game for you live on Facebook and on YouTube coming up on that night. So make sure and tune in. The lights are going off. So with that being said, John, final thoughts.
Let's hit the road. I'm ready to roll, Frankie.
Let's hit the road. I'm Frankie Castile. We'll say so long from you tonight here in Dyersburg, Tennessee. We'll thank our sponsors here on the radio side of things. Thank you again for tuning in. For Tim Hicks and John Scott, I'm Frankie Castile. We're saying so long as the Mules fall tonight in Dyersburg. You're watching live coverage of Mules basketball on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.